And so welcome back to another episode of the Rambling Vapors. This will be 5 point take.
No, 4.5.
No, this is going to be 5. 4.5 is the shit that never happened.
Oh, okay,
yeah. So we're back this week with another friend of ours joining us. This is Marc. Mark.
No,
Marc. He's going to just sit and talk some bollocks with us this week.
Yeah.
So, full disclosure, this is the second attempt to actually record a podcast this week.
Yeah.
We've had some fun.
Yeah. Family issues, we'll call it that.
Family issues and technical issues, and so we were recording. When was it? Wednesday. Yeah. So we were recording Wednesday night.
This isn't going to get released anytime near Friday, which it is now.
Yeah. So we were recording Wednesday midweek. Oh fuck. Wednesday.
Yeah.
Some Wednesday. A Wednesday. We were recording and we did like half an hour of fairly solid material,
and it didn't save.
Nightmare.
It was so fun.
Yeah.
It's better than the first time when Carl didn't press recording. Then I was just really angry because he fucked up, whereas this was a computer fuck up. So I'm like, I work in IT. Meh, it happens.
Yeah. I've been really kind this week as well. I've given the guest the chair instead of consigning them to the
Not because
sofa.
he's more comfortable in that seat
pretty
with his
damn
back.
comfortable.
Yeah, my back's still absolutely fucked, so I'm still going to be a fidgety motherfucker throughout, so I do apologise in advance.
And he's a really, really tiny person at the far end.
Yeah. It's not going to make me any quieter,
We made
though.
Ian lean forward.
It's still booming.
When Ian was sat there, you made him lean forward because his mic was on the
Oh, yeah, I
stool.
didn't
Didn't you make him AC Slater?
Yeah, no, we have the stool here because I didn't have this. Right, I paid for this to get here. Special delivery, like next day delivery. It didn't fucking show.
Nice.
I was real pissed.
So we'd use a really shitty little tripod.
Right.
Yeah,
Nice.
On the stool.
with
And
a
Ian was
mic.
basically leaning like this on the stool.
I know. I saw some stills of it. I didn't actually see that one, but yeah, I saw some stills.
It's
It
actually
looked
really good.
weird,
Like
yeah.
if you compare it with the quality of Ian's audio, the actual
What are you
episode
saying?
is really
What are you
good.
saying about Ian's audio?
I'm
The
saying we had a
microphone was
really shit mic.
shit.
Oh,
We didn't have one of these. We had this fucking gaudy gold thing.
nice.
And it's got a USB power on it as well, so it just dwarfs everything else and picks up all the noise.
Okay.
So he's just a
Alright.
distorted mess throughout. It's really bad.
It's just like, I am Ian, Lord of the Woods.
Except it's more like, I am
And then Ian's like, laugh. Just brilliant as well.
I might just
The
censor
pitch,
that
or-
little bit of me out because that's going to sound fucking horrible through there.
It probably will.
So, this week we've got a few bits and pieces we're going to talk. We've all just finished watching season 3 of Ruby. Well, me and
Yeah.
Bungle just watching it for the second time. We had to watch it quickly now when Mark got here so we could talk about it on the podcast.
Only had 2
'cause-
episodes, but yeah.
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 It's worth watching
Mind
again.
blowing though.
It's
Yeah,
really
yeah.
fucking cool.
Mind blown.
Mind exactly.
Not gonna do the talk on Deadpool yet because Miss Someone Has not seen it. Fucking. How have you
Bastard.
not seen it yet?
I don't know, man. Like Valentine's Day was a bust, so I'm gonna watch it tomorrow
With Ben.
with Ben. I'm having a man date. He's going.
Oh,
He's
nice.
gonna get his hair cut. We're gonna go have.
Yeah, he said,
we're gonna go watch a film. Oh, we're gonna watch a little bit of sport as well. Like it's like going to watch the football, but it's Blood Bowl instead. So
Oh yeah, he's
we're
going to be playing
watch-
Blood Bowl.
No, we're gonna be watching.
No, he's playing me tomorrow.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah,
well.
because I told you our match got fucked by an Nvidia driver crash. Yeah.
Well,
So
he,
12:30 tomorrow.
he might be coming around mine and playing from there then, and then
Oh,
we're
right,
gonna
cool.
watch Lolly and Ian play.
Yeah, I've got to watch that.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to
I
watch
think-
that game.
And then we're gonna
Uh,
go have a nice meal and watch a film.
Where are you going for food?
I have no idea actually. We'll sort something out.
Oh, sweet.
Somewhere romantic, romantic, obviously.
Yeah. Well, in that case, like I don't know, 5 Guys. That's pretty bro.
Wow. There's 5 guys in it, so that's pretty fucking bro.
Yeah,
Quadruple bro, man. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
It's
Well,
better
yeah.
than 5
He's gonna look.
Velociraptors.
He's gonna look all nice with his freshly
Yeah,
cut
5
hair.
Velociraptors.
Yeah, just like oh god. So we were just talking about
Gay dinosaur porn from space.
It's an erotica. It's like a subsection of erotic fiction is dinosaur porn. Effectively, you get shit like taken by the T-Rex.
Wasn't gay raptors from space? Or
No,
something?
it was gay raptor butt sex invasion from space or something.
Obviously.
I can't remember. It's something
Oh,
manic and.
mind you, after you guys came in here, Naomi pointed out another one that was called Buttception.
Oh, that was it.
A butt,
Within
but in a butt.
There's a butt in a butt. In a butt. I was just like, the other thing that
Nice.
was like, we've got to go deeper.
The human buttipede.
Duty.
And yes, we've been finding the word duty amusing because Americans are dumb.
Yeah.
Well, no, not all, just the ones that say duty.
Well, the way they sound duty, and it sounds like the way they say duty as in poo.
Yeah, I think it's the way they're so serious about it. Though.
Yeah.
Like duty, it's your duty, right? Like it's your duty. So, you know, watch
duty
it.
and data. I
Data.
hate data.
Nice.
Yeah. Have you noticed though? No one calls data in Star Trek. Even the Americans.
Yeah, I see. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. No one. No. So they know it's
Data.
wrong.
Well, yeah, it's set in the future when they go, yeah, we've been saying it wrong this whole time.
Yeah. Like, what the fuck is a zucchini? It's a
Courgette?
cucumber. No, it's
it's
courgette. It's courgette. Yeah, it's courgette.
yeah.
Like, what the fuck though? Where did zucchini come from?
I've no
Okay,
idea.
eggplant.
Cilantro.
What about an aubergine? Looks like a fucking eggplant. Eggplant.
I like honestly for the first few years of my life I thought they were completely separate things because I just couldn't.
Because you're from the north and they don't have vegetables up there.
No, it's just I couldn't correlate
Is that a
an
type of chip?
aubergine with the word eggplant. I just couldn't make the two marry in my mind.
Yeah, it's
I'm
true.
just
There's
like,
nothing
what the
egg
fuck?
about that plant, basically,
No.
really.
It's
If
not
it-
like
if your
it's got a
chicken
runny
is-
yolk in the centre. Oh,
No,
that'd
and
be
if
so
your
fucking
chicken
rough.
lays an egg the size and shape of an aubergine
Yeah,
and
man.
the colour,
That's a
put
marble
that
chicken.
fucking thing down.
It's more of like an egg
It's
tumor.
ill.
Yeah.
You know.
It looks more like a kidney. It's a kidney bean
Gigantic
with
kidney.
elephantitis.
Yeah. The John Merrick of kidney beans.
Oh, I'll tell you what I was watching earlier. Have you seen this game that I really think we should play? The political race thing. It's kind of like a strategy turn-based strat game where it's a two-player thing where you play the American elections and you have to fly to the different states
Oh
and
my
play.
god.
You have to what is it? You have to fundraise and
Yeah, win
you can hire
primaries.
smear merchants and give speeches and create telephone ads, and you have to win each state. And then at the end of all the turns, it has the election. And so
Jesus, election
it looks
fever,
really
yeah.
fun, but you get to play as Donald Trump's hair.
What?
Yeah, or Abraham Lincoln, or a bald eagle.
Can you play Abraham Lincoln's beard? Or top
I'm
hat?
not sure.
Top hat would be better.
I think it's like just the only one that's. I think that. Oh, the video I was watching was Jesse Cox, and he was playing the social justice paladin.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
Fair
got some
enough.
really
It's
weird.
really
It's
vague.
really cartoony and stuff, but it looks like really good fun. It's like very satirical, tongue-in-cheek shit. Yeah.
Wow.
That
sounds healthy there.
You alright there,
Dry
Bonk?
as fuck. Dry as fuck hit.
Let the coil break in a bit. Did you drop on top of the coil before you? Yeah, that's why. Yeah, you
Amateur.
didn't. What you didn't prime your coil.
I'm an idiot.
Yeah, I just wicked it. I didn't prime it or anything. I just gave it back to you wicked.
Dang, that's going to soak for fucking hours.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it really is. Or you could. No, you can't take it apart because you can't take this part.
No, that's
yeah,
fine.
you have to
Wait,
leave it for
explain
a while, mate.
what's happening. I don't understand.
So,
I'm totally new to the vaping thing.
well,
Right, so basically, when you in the smock in particular in this one, so you get you've got your coil,
a smock.
Yeah.
smock TFV4. That's the name of the tank, and
Well.
that's the smock X Cube too. So you've got your coil. That the two ends of the coil are trapped under positive and negative post.
Okay.
You've got your airflow coming up a tube in the middle, and then what you do is you feed cotton through the center of the coil, and then bend down the sides, screw a bit on the top, which creates the chamber where the coil sits when the shaft at the top screws in. I know it sounds really fucking hard.
I like how this comes with subtitles for the hard of hearing.
Does it?
Yeah, like sign language.
Sign language, yeah.
Does it?
Well, you said fucking subtitles. I'm like, that's not a
This is
subtitle.
British Sign Language for vaping, like
Yeah,
words
no, that's
now.
sign
You've
language,
created
not a
whole new-
subtitle. It's like I was just thinking, I'm not going to be asked to make subtitles for this
For
shit.
the hard of hearing. That was the...
No,
Yeah,
well,
yeah.
YouTube's got the built-in closed captioning.
I should put that on at some point.
No,
be
you
really
should just
funny.
superimpose yourself in the corner of the screen while you're doing that, just hand singling as you're talking, because that's basically what you were doing. Anyway.
All I'll do is just be pointing at you. Going,
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
But yeah, so when you screw it, you put the cotton in. You screw the top on, and
Wait,
it's
sorry,
basically got these.
I'm going to interrupt you now because
Yeah.
I'm always impressed at your ability to remember exactly where you were in a conversation. It's
Really?
just like amazing, yeah. Bringing it back to that exact point, like it's clean. I always lose my train of thought.
I see. When I'm
You'll see
I'm
it.
on a real dedicated train of thought, I keep that train of thought unless I'm super baked or
Yeah,
when like chemically induced, you tend to just not. You
It's
can't.
really-
You just can't.
it's really meta,
Yeah.
but I'm going to be like even now,
Yeah.
you know exactly where we were in that conversation.
Yeah,
Even
yeah,
though
no,
we're
I
talking
completely
about
do.
conversation. We're like having a conversation.
Yeah, conversation.
Conversation.
Yeah.
Bungal's over there in slow motion, man. Like, we got to sort this shit out and get back on track, yeah?
Yeah, no, because you're putting the cotton through the middle of the wick, put the lid on, put the chamber on,
Kyle,
and when you screw it all together and you fill the actual tank with juice, you've got these two little juice channels and the cotton's sitting just on top of them, so the juice will flow up and then saturate the cotton.
Get it? Okay.
So what you're supposed to do when you assemble it all is just wet the cotton, like
otherwise
drip
it's
directly
dry, right?
and you have to wait for it to soak it all up naturally.
Oh, my
He
God.
forgot to prime it.
Yeah.
And wait, and now you can't fix that.
No, he's got to wait basically to.
Why can't you take it apart again? Then?
Because the way his tank puts together, once it's filled, he'd have to drain the juice out to get to the coil again.
Okay. And how serious is this shit?
It's not that serious. It just means he has.
But can you get a vape that doesn't do that you could take apart?
Yeah.
Later on,
I mean,
yeah?
literally,
I really don't know about the level of
the
tech.
Griffin. So I'm using the Griffin RTA. So you've got three terminologies. You've got sub-ohm tank, which is what that is, with an RBA section, which is a rebuildable section where you can build your own coils in. You've got an RTA, which is this. So that the difference between this and that, an RTA, not an RTA. RTA. The difference between that and that is that doesn't have a pre-built coil head that you can install, whereas that does, so you don't have to build your own.
Right.
That only has a base section where you build your own coil. And I'll show you the coil that I've got in there at the moment. Okay. Because you can get to the coil without having to drain the tank on this. It's one of the advantages of this coil.
The Kanga sub tank mini.
Oh wait, that's unscrewing the wrong way. Shit.
Yeah, it says you can hold it upside down because when you fill it from the bottom, so you fill to a certain point, which
I've just
is actually below the coil level. So you can actually just turn it upside down and unscrew it and leave the juice like that upside down.
Okay.
And get to your coil.
No, I can't get to it because I keep unscrewing the wrong bit.
Because it's oily as fuck as well.
Yeah.
Just lubing my hands.
That's the thing is like
getting ready for later, guys.
Is so slimy.
Yeah.
Then RDA, really which is what I'm going to be using until that soaks through, is a dripper.
Yeah, an RDA, which is...
I've seen this one, so you literally just drip direct onto the coil.
So the difference being is that's a rebuildable tank atomizer. That's what's called a rebuildable dripping atomizer.
Atomizer.
Yeah, because it atomizes the liquid.
Atomizer.
Yep, atomizer.
Atomizer.
But yeah, I can show you the build that I have currently in my RDA because that just involves taking the top cap off. So let me just adjust that, get that back on, make sure.
So what flavors are you guys rocking?
Well, the one I'm waiting to soak through is Hyper Beam by Cloud Chasers Inc.
This is my own rhubarb and custard. Oh, sorry, berry and custard. This is my own homemade rhubarb and custard.
Nice.
And then in here I have this is my mini goblin mini.
Let's have a bash of the rhubarb and custard.
Okay. Let me top it up for you.
Oh well, go ahead.
So yeah.
In there as well, isn't it?
What's that?
One of your chocolate ones in there?
Possibly the Nutella. Yeah, so I've got a Nutella milkshake.
Okay.
And in the RDA, I'm dripping one that I made called Kentucky Nutty, which is Kentucky bourbon and maple pecan.
Is it just like when you make your own beer? Do you have to give it the most pun name you can think of at the time?
Yeah, pretty much. I've got, not always though, I've got like one that I made which is... it's called Rambler's Revenge, and it's my take on Cotto's Revenge, which is bourbon, custard, toasted almond, and coconut.
Okay, sounds lovely.
That's really nice. Although I've made it a little bit sweeter than Cotto's. I had a little bit of EM and just a couple of other bits to kind of take an edge off the toasted almond because the toasted almond concentrate that I got was like really fucking potent, potent.
Whereas one of the customers I've got is the Rambler number 52, as I decided to call it, which is basically a cherry bake bowl.
Just press the button and inhale. Yep, top one.
Do love some rhubarb and custard, to be honest.
It's really nice, isn't it?
That one is spot on with the flavour as well.
Is it nicotine as well? Or
yeah,
is it
only 3 mil, very light. And when you do these ones, because they're sort of like they're a kind of big airy draw. It's not like a cigarette; it's like a bong hit.
Yeah, I noticed it straight away. Like I wasn't breathing hard on it. I'm still like I couldn't breathe that hard though, man. That would fuck me up.
Yeah, when I first started, I could not take big hits.
Yeah, no. I mean, the difference.
But like bongs,
when you hit,
Jesus, yeah.
When you hit something like this, I mean, look, that's the coil build that I've got in there at the moment. It's a dual fused Clapton, or 3mm bit with 6 wraps. It's 24 gauge Canthol cores with a 32 gauge nichrome wrap.
Wow.
Picture overlay bottom corner.
Yeah, probably will do.
Yeah, exactly.
And there she goes.
Wow.
She got a bit of a ramp up time because she's quite thick. Hey.
Has she got a name? No, apparently not.
No.
No name. No, all right, fair enough. Well. So, have they developed any like revolver type vapes where you don't have to like faff around with adding flavor constantly, and you can just like have like 2 or 3 flavors on the go at once?
There's a couple of there's one mod I know of that can support dual RDAs or dual chambers, and then it actually has an attachment where they can pipe into one.
Okay.
But I only know of one, and I think you'd need so much battery power, and I think people like to change their flavors up, and I find a certain
but having
catharsis.
like 5 flavors on hand would be better than
that's
having
why
to
I
faff
have
with the
multiple
drops and
devices.
stuff.
I have multiple devices as well.
Yeah, but they're quite chunky, so like carrying
I
a few
can even
around.
just carry around tanks, multiple just the atomizer and just chop and change.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
Also,
that
a
tends
lot
to be
of
what
time
people do.
When you find a flavour that you really like, it tends to become your all-day vape, and you'll have something different just for a bit of a change, so you don't get vapor's tongue.
Okay.
Which is where literally, if you are vaping the same flavour constantly, you just get so used to the flavour, it doesn't taste of anything to you anymore.
Yeah, eventually your taste buds go. Like when you eat too much salt and it goes sweet. It just
completely
completely rewrites it. So
yeah,
okay.
I've got images of
it's
you
like-
sitting there
that's
with like
one
a
of the-
bottle of table salt.
that's one of the things I love about making my own juices, because I can just be like, I feel like I want something kind of like this, and it's like I just made one that's blueberry milk, one that's blueberry donuts.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah, I've got another donut one which is a mixture of strawberry and blueberry donuts. I've got a strawberry milkshake which is fucking lush. I nailed that so hard.
Nice.
I've been working. It's on version 4 as well. So, and I've added different layers. It's got 3 different types of strawberry concentrate in there: fresh, sweet, and ripe.
That's how I like them, Kyle.
Yeah,
Be honest now.
That's how I like my fresh.
Yeah.
I'm the fresh prince of Bel-Air. But yeah, I mean, try this one. This is like the bourbon and maple pecan.
That doesn't appeal at all.
You'd be surprised. It takes a while to get the ramp on that.
It's nutty. You
Yeah.
just nutted my mouth, Kyle. But
Yeah, I
it's
nutted.
not.
Have you noticed what's on the front of that RDA? It's called the Troll. No, the
Troll
tank
face.
on the Troll there on the back maybe.
No, it's on the
It's
front.
on the it's on the front. It's etched into the front on the green if you look carefully. No,
Top
the top, the tank.
Being an idiot completely.
Yeah, no, come here. This is hilarious. Literally there, where my finger is, etched into it.
Oh, nice. Very
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
You actually did get trolled by the troll.
Yeah,
You
exactly. I
just got
couldn't
trolled by
even
the
see it for shit.
by literal live trolling.
To be honest, they're so fascinating because I've never even really held one before.
Yeah.
Like I've maybe
This is
had one,
this is
early
the
ones.
Relo RX200, which is a triple 18650 device. So this and that, and all 3 of these devices, in fact. So I've got the right here. I've got the, like I said, the Relo RX200, the eFusion DNA 200. So that chip is like fully customizable. You can use any wire with it because you can set custom temperature coefficients of resistance.
Jesus. You do,
Which
just with
uses
2 buttons
basically
and
what it does.
LCD.
Basically, what it does, you can connect it to your computer to do all this. And what
Fucking hell.
what it does is, so you can set programming the way temperature control works on these. If you're using temperature control, is it certain wires like titanium, nickel, stainless steel, their resistance changes a direct percentage in proportion to how hot the wire gets.
Fucking
So
hell,
it measures
science.
that change in resistance to work out the temperature. So you can set a temperature on there and it'll never go above that, so you'll never get a dry or burnt hit, because when the coil dries out it hits that temperature a lot faster.
Okay, yeah, that makes
So
sense.
and then it cuts the power. So
Wow.
all 3 of these devices have that functionality, just in varying degrees. So this supports it doesn't you can program any wire in there, and it natively supports titanium, stainless steel, nickel, and that's
Jesus Christ.
And then that one, I've used everything from like NIFE 30, nickel, titanium, any metal that has that quality you can program in there. And then you've got Canthor, which you use for your standard power builds. That doesn't change, and that is just wattage. You just set how much power you want to give it, and then it goes.
It does, but at the temperatures that you use for vaping, it makes no difference on Canthor. Canthor will change at a really high temp.
Yeah, but
the temperature
your temperature you get to vaping is generally around 600 degrees Fahrenheit at its kind of peak.
Okay.
But these all go up to 200 volts, is what I was getting to with that. That's where I was going. So this and the Relo go up to a true 200 watts because they've got the amount of cells. That's got a 3-cell LiPo that uses 3 18650s. That's only a dual 18650 device. So what it uses to get to 200 is called pulse width modulation, where it'll hit 200 and then just pulse at that rather than maintaining it. But that's the Snowwolf 200 1.5 gunmetal limited edition.
So, like, without specifically plugging any companies or anything, how do you know you're getting like a decent one of these?
The YouTube community, man. Oh, you mean in terms of like I'm not getting a knockoff?
Yeah, you're not going to get one that you're going to plug in and blow up or something.
Yeah, well, there are certain brands that have device. Generally, the YouTube.
Are they familiar brands, or are they brands that have come out just
familiar
vaping?
For vaping?
Yeah, just vaping though. There are no big tech companies taking it up.
The vaping community is really informative and clued up, and if there's a bad device on the market, you will know about it.
Okay, that's cool.
It's not hard to find out information on devices because there's so many people reviewing it, and I mean it's not really what we do. We don't really do so much reviews as we just talk about vaping in general and certain particular points.
And the build stuff is crazy. Like there's some serious science going on. Obviously.
Oh yeah, I mean
this guy does all my builds. I
do all these weird ass crazy builds.
So it's just like, Kyle, I've got this. Go mad with it.
Yeah, I didn't realise they could be hooked up to computers or anything, but I guess that's obviously really.
The Smock X Cube, you can't hook up to your PC except for firmware updates. But currently you can use Bluetooth to control it from your phone.
No, I don't like Nutella.
Right, and that's how you do the temperature control on this one, is you can set your coefficients from your phone to the device over Bluetooth.
Jesus, okay.
I've got the latest firmware, which this out of the box is 160 watts. With the additional firmware, it now goes up to 180. And that takes 2 of those batteries in there.
And it'll drain. Like, when you start getting those high wattages, you need to be able to swap your batteries out as you go. Cause,
I still need to get a second set.
The other device is using is my IPv3 Li, which is a 200-watt dual 18650, and that uses the EHE chip, the SX330 chip, which is similar kind of good functionality to this. You can connect it to your computer, update the firmware, and so on, which it supports titanium and nickel for temperature control, and it does a really good job of it. Really, it's a solid device. But they've just brought out the IPv5, which I really like the look of. It uses, it supports the new. So there's some new coilless tanks coming out.
Are they the ceramic plate ones?
No, they're not ceramic. So they've got like one of them's got a tungsten chip in the center.
Fuck! What are you saying about that one?
Yeah, and so Yeehee have brought out this thing called X Pure, which I think uses a similar technology, but I don't think it has a wick either. Looking at it, it's completely... Yeah, so their predicted coil life for it is 3 months before you have to change your coil head.
Wow, okay.
Holy shit, man, it's
a game changer if it works. And apparently it's like pure flavour. But I'm not... that's what they say. I've not heard any like first-hand reviews of it yet.
At some point you must be like burning cotton and stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, this is what a dry hit is.
That's
when
why,
you burn the
that's what happened with that when I started coughing.
But even when it has the oil, there'll still be some of that going. Like it will still be though, like surely. Like cotton.
No. Honestly, it's not. And like with the titanium, there's mild discoloration is the most with temperature control because the cotton doesn't start burning until it gets above 340 degrees Fahrenheit anyway.
Okay, right.
So you have a little bit of play with because of the juice in the cotton. When you've got a fully wet coil, you can. I generally vape around 420 watts. Not 420 watts, 420 Fahrenheit.
Right.
With
420 watts, yeah. I bet
but
you do.
I do vape at 420 Fahrenheit pretty much for that reason. Just because it's like I see 420 and I'm like, no, it's got to be.
Yeah.
I never get a burnt hit. Like the coil I've got in there is a fused stainless steel Clapton dual. And yeah, that's the thing I love about this RTA. It's got such a big build deck that you can put the kind of builds that you'd normally reserve for like an RDA in there, and it'll eat them whole, and it just performs like a champ.
Nom nom nom.
Nom nom. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
Nice.
and I'm going to take it through.
Yeah. Have you guys seen the kind of latest clickbait story on vaping?
Oh, what, the guy whose dad pissed?
Yeah,
It's a Reddit story.
It
So
is,
yeah,
it's
it's a
blatantly
Reddit story.
clickbait bullshit, but like
Yeah.
you know, it's real, man. It can happen.
Yeah, so there's
The jizz is prankable.
the
That's what I'm
hate
saying
for
here.
vape is insane.
yeah, like so there's been. I was watching Grim Green, who's a vapor reviewer guy, and he does a vlog, and he talked a bit about Rip, and Rip fucked up.
Yeah?
It was a affiliate link that he used, so he was getting money off. He was basically pumping a
Oh,
product.
so he was actually paid to do it then?
Yeah.
What is
It's
this?
bullshit.
So basically, a vapor, a really big guy in the vaping community in terms of reviews and stuff. I'm not going to pass any kind of judgment or anything, but what it's transpired is he released a video about vaping side effects, and he attributed, the way I understand it is he had a thyroid issue which vaping mildly aggravated.
Okay.
And he attributed he made a video about how he overcame his side effects from vaping, and he made it sound the proportion of blame between the thyroid and the vaping was disproportionate to what it truly was. So more of it was the thyroid, but he made out there was more aggravation from the vaping, from what I can gather. But I don't know the full story, so I'm not passing any kind of judgment or comment or anything. Just I'm relaying the facts as I know them.
Okay.
But one thing it's pretty much come out that's confirmed is throughout after this video is and I used this electrolyte powder to overcome my vape, and he pumped this company. He said you can click this link to buy some, and it was saying this isn't a paid promotion, and it turns out it was.
So
it's kind of it's a dick move. It's a dick move.
Yeah.
But I don't know I don't know the true story. This is this is what I've heard on the internet.
It'll come out. If he's associated with the internet, someone's on it.
Yeah, this is it. Someone's going to
report.
find out for definite and proving, but it's been the kind of uproar in the vaping community. And the thing that annoys me the most about it, regardless of whatever, if he did or not, the fact is vapors have far more to worry about than that. Yes, it's shit because what he said can be taken out of context and used to fuel the fire, but the current standing at the moment for vaping, it's a really precarious. So most of these kind of devices and tanks especially, they're all going to be illegal by the end of next year.
Why?
Have you not heard about the Article 20, the Tobacco Products Directive that's been passed? It's going to be in effect that basically I think companies have got till it's either 2007 this year or November this year or November next year. They've to sell out of their current stock. After that, no tanks over 2 million capacity that have the possible potential for leaking will be legally allowed to be sold in the EU.
Wow. Okay. So this is just safety measures, yeah.
Yeah, but
Have there been any
they're not. They're
incidents
basically
Safety measures.
No. The only instance are idiots that have not practiced battery safety. That's the key thing with vaping.
Yeah, of course.
When you're vaping, you're building coils that are sub 1 ohm. You have the risk of overloading your battery and it shorting. So, if you're not sure, use a regulated device. There's two kinds of devices. You've got mechs and regulated. Regulated are the ones with the chips in.
Right.
Mech mods are literally just batteries,
Mechanical mods.
atomizer, go.
Right.
So it hits the battery directly.
That's what I was asking about, low quality ones and stuff like that. Because if you get a dodgy battery,
it's all about the
with
battery
that as well.
Yeah, and there are good vape, intelligent vapors know the batteries. So it's the Sony VCT4, the Sony VCT5, although they're really hard to get hold of anymore. The Samsung IMR.
That's what I was asking about.
Yeah,
so Samsung,
the LG HE4s.
So there are some big
and the
tech
HP2s.
companies involved in this.
In the battery type of thing, there's a guy, Pegasus Vapors, who's released his own brand of batteries that explicitly tell you everything about them on each battery.
That's
really, really good. So the community is really clued up, but there are some people that don't practice safety. So there was something recently about a kid whose battery blew up in his pocket because he had it in his pocket in no protector, no casing, and it was with his keys, and it shorted.
Wow.
Yeah. So, but yeah, the TPD, it's... so other than that as well, they're banning all... Basically, they are holding vaping to the same standard as tobacco when it comes to marketing.
It's not even the same. It's a higher level.
So they're not going to be able to... You're basically not going to be able to advertise it at all.
Wow.
Yeah, so they're literally making moves to kill the vaping industry overnight.
Yeah.
Because also, you're not going to be able to buy juice with higher than a 24 ml nicotine capacity. I don't vape that, but some people
No.
do.
It's interesting though, because
And also, you're not going to be able to buy juice in bottles bigger than 10 milliliters.
Is that because of the nicotine content of that
No.
10 mils?
No, because there's some of the this is including nicotine-free juice.
Oh right, okay, yeah.
This is across the board, just
So has there
juice.
been any kind of health studies on this then that
No.
would warrant that? Because
No.
obviously for smoking,
The
it's
only
tar
the
and
only
things.
studies have been proven by respectable scientists to be bunk. So one guy, there was an article not so long ago in, I think, the Telegraph that reported it. A guy in America did a study where he claimed that he'd proved vaping was as bad as smoking. Yet when someone pulled apart his research, this guy called Clive Bates, he does a great fucking blog, which I'll link to in the description actually, because I've linked to it before. It's great. But he pulled apart the article and the science behind what was published, and the actual measurement was between vaping. So it was a cell exposure test, and they exposed cells to vape that, the inhalator vape, once every few hours for 24 hours.
Yeah.
Or 48 hours. Forgive me on where I'm going wrong on the numbers, but this is the basic premise.
Okay.
So they do that, and then they claim that it's the same as the cigarettes. Except what it shows in the study is they only expose the cigarettes once in the 24-hour periods, because anything more than that would have killed the cells. So it's not equated at all.
Yeah. But
I think
they
it's
haven't
just
obviously had a chance to do any kind of long-term studies.
No,
on this,
the long term.
because it's a lot
the
of
thing
moisture and oil to put in your lungs.
The thing
right?
is,
Yeah.
no one who vapes is saying, like, no one intelligent that vapes is saying, "Oh no, it's perfectly healthy."
No, of course, yeah.
Because you're inhaling something. It's about harm reduction.
You're
And
inhaling
the
your
harm
own
reduction
body.
between cigarettes and vaping is so immense.
But is it at risk of becoming like so cool and in that people, instead of going to cigarettes, go
See,
to
this is
vaping,
no,
and then
I
they're
have
taking
never-
a
I
smaller
have-
step?
I have never
know.
met a single vapor who was not a smoker first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like you see festivals and
And-
things where they have flavoured air and flavoured vape
Yeah.
now, and people go up and try it, but
thing
they've
is-
never vaped before. Maybe even
A lot
never
of them
smoked
will be,
Yeah,
before.
but
they'll
the
be
thi-
nicotine free if they're
Yeah,
doing
and
anything
the
like
thing
that.
Yeah, they
is-
will, but
but-
that's the thing that can get them onto it.
No,
Though,
no,
you know?
it's
It sounds silly because it's the
Yeah.
domino
It's-
effect,
it's
which I
re- it's
totally
re-
don't believe in.
it's not. It's like
But there are
I don't
idiots.
know. There are idiots, and then they deserve.
And picking
you know,
up something from what you said earlier, about smart vapors and stupid vapors, the whole exploding vapors thing.
Yeah.
That for all the guys that are up into their tech and things, there must be people just buying these and using them.
Well, the
and
thing
using
is,
them
there are
wrong, maybe,
there
or-
are options for those people that don't want to do that. So you can, as long as you just buy good quality batteries, right?
Yeah.
Or you buy something that's respectable.
But you
with a
mentioned the
built-in
vaping
battery.
community, but are they
Yeah.
actually in the vaping community? They're just one-off purchases.
Well, the
to-
thing is, there are things that like, look at Tony Ben. She's just got a basic little e-cig cartomizer thing. There's very little that can go wrong with that in such a massive way. It's only when you get into the more, if you're buying this stuff, the chances are you are into this stuff.
But
so
do you count them as part of the vaping
Yes,
community?
I count
yeah?
anyone that uses
Just-
an
just
e-cig as part of the
users,
vape.
yeah, okay.
I don't count them necessarily as part of the core vaping community, but they're just even if you're just using an e-cig, you acknowledge the potential for harm reduction and life saving with it. So you're part of that community.
Okay. Yeah, it would be interesting to find out
There's a
long-term
really good
studies and
there's
studies
a
about oil
really
and
good
things, 'cause
documentary.
that's
There's
the,
a really good documentary coming out this year that's going to get some cinematic releases as well.
Cool.
Called A Billion Lives, and it's about all the propaganda and misinformation that's been pumped out about vaping and the true story behind it.
Yeah.
It's really looks really good.
Yeah.
Really
That
good.
sucks about the laws basically because it sounds like realistically instead of laws it should be some guidelines that they have to
Well,
do.
the thing
instead
is,
of
every
banning
single-
everything flat out
Every
for
single
ridiculous reasons.
vape shop I know has an 18 limit before there was an 18 limit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Most people expect, right, so I talk about the responsible intelligent vaping community. That is for the most part personified by the business owners within it, the people that create the juice,
Yeah, of
the
course,
small
yeah.
I'm not talking so much necessarily about the Chinese companies that are manufacturing stuff like at a rapid pace, although there are some really good ones, don't get
Yeah.
me wrong. Sigeli, Yeehee, they're all great.
What kind of people are the kind of people who sell vaping merch now? Are they the people who used to buy sell specialist tobacco products? or-
Some are just new into it,
Yeah.
Like some people have got into this specifically because it attracts a kind of dedication to it when you
Yeah,
really get into it.
it's pretty incredible. You can describe all these things
Um,
at a really low level, or high level even.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's like I talk to a lot of the shop owners that I'm buying stuff from and see what they think of their products, and they generally give you really honest opinions. They're not just trying to make a quick buck off you. All the sellers, like UK SIG Store is a really good one because a lot of their new products they actually release YouTube video reviews of. So if you're going to order online, you can check it out there. And there's so much on the internet, reviews. If you need to review of a device, you can find it, guaranteed.
Yeah.
Even cloned devices. So there is that subject of trying to make knockoff versions of the stuff that's made over here in America. Quite often to sell it a lot cheaper. They're lower quality, but they don't do it with devices more than they do with atomizers and things, which it's not too bad. I've bought a few clones and they've all been really good.
Cool.
But the real thing that's shit about the TPD is that it's going to kill these small businesses. So the thing about e-juice, you're going to have to get all your shit certified under the TPD before you can sell it, and they're thinking the cost per product could be for manufacturers could be anywhere up to $2 million per product, and you're thinking like a lot of people that make these e-juice, they're just kind of mom and pop kind of like guy next door businesses,
like Naomi in the kitchen making homemade perfume, and
pretty much
£14,000 in 3 years.
Yeah,
that's crazy shit.
Yeah, completely.
Yeah, that's mad.
Yeah.
I'll be honest, I phased out a little bit there towards the end.
That's right. I think we're going to take
your kind of dulcet tones lulled me into it.
I think we're going to take a break now.
Yeah,
anyway,
I mean,
we've kind of gone for a little bit longer than we normally
probably,
cheers for the crash course on vaping.
Yeah. So I think
part 2 we're going to be discussing. Well,
I'm going to be a little less dominant. I think.
Discuss the last season of Ruby.
Yeah,
definitely.
last season of Ruby.
That has to be done.
So good. I'm going to talk a little bit about. I'll just talk a little bit about gaming. Some of the shit that I've been playing recently. We're all going to chime in on that shit.
We're all gamers, so
yeah, man.
Yeah.
Marc relatively new to the gaming scene.
Yeah, we converted him to the PC Master Race.
Yeah, lots of cherries being broken all over the place.
Yeah.
Recently got GTA 5.
Oh yeah.
I'll have to go online with you at some point, man. We'll get decked out.
Right. Yeah. So before we digress and actually hit the 40-minute mark, I think we're going to sign off and take a break. So yeah, we'll be back shortly. Kisses. And we're back.
Cleaner.
Hi.
Hello.
We've been for a break. We watched some fail.
Yeah.
Just some fail. Yeah.
Yeah. People hurting themselves on skateboards. Ow.
Faceplants, man. Okay, pose a question to you. Concrete gets harder as you get older, right?
Yeah, it's true.
It's really true. Like when I was a kid and I used to rollerblade, shit didn't hurt. Shit just didn't hurt. It's like you fell down all the fucking time, and you were just like, yeah, whatever.
Rollerblades.
Yeah.
I still own rollerblades.
Speaking as a semi-amateur snowboarder, like everything gets harder. Like when I first started boarding, like I was taking a beating. I was hitting the deck all the time, and now I've got a bit more skill level to it. I'm able to go at I probably ride at 80% most of the time of what I can do, because I know that if I ride at 100%, at some point I'm going to hit the deck and I'm not going to bounce up like I did years back. The fear is real. It's weird. It is
crunk.
You want to and sometimes you do. You get glimpses of it. You push it a little bit to the limits, and you're at the point where if you fail, definitely, I go every year. And at some point I'm going to ride it to the point where I'm like, fuck me, I feel like I could die.
Yeah.
And then I'll ease back, yeah? But young me would have eased back too, but young me would have done that more and been much more likely to have, taken a fucking spill.
Yeah.
And
Well,
and now I don't, yeah.
I think it was when I was younger, I remember I've still got the scar on my knee where I was rollerblading and I hit this random patch of just gravel.
Oh.
And I got a shard of glass go, a big just go straight into my knee. Oh my god, it hurt. I had to go to hospital and have the whole fucking thing pulled out and stitched up. It was fucking brutal. I hated it so much. And that's the worst tumble I took when I was rollerblading.
Sounds to me like you had a gash when you were younger.
I
you don't.
No, I don't.
Doctors fixed your gash.
He's still got the scar from his gash.
Yeah, he's got a scar.
I was going to be really offensive
and
say. I was going to be really offensive and say I do have a gash. She's asleep upstairs.
Oh. Jesus,
yeah, that's why I didn't.
Well, you did.
Yeah, but I don't mean it. It was just...
Well, you're talking about things seeming harder. It's like I used to skateboard to work a lot. Now I'm like, Nah.
I was rollerblading to work just when I was over at CSR.
Yeah, but you're a fair bit younger than I am, Kyle.
4 years, not that much. I know it doesn't look
That's
it,
enough
by the
to
way.
go, yeah, I'm not scared. Yeah, 4 years ago, I used to ride my longboard to get to work.
I
When I
was
was working at Free Spirit, I remember using my regular skateboard to get to work. And the fun one was going down Milton Road.
Milray.
And I can't remember. I was going to say Mill Road. I was like, no, it's Milton Road. But it came out a bit. So Milton Road. And I was skating past some people. And my front left wheel hit the grass verge. And I skate goofy. So obviously I flipped round and went flying through the air. Back first towards the ground. I was like,
Oh.
well, this is going to end badly because you can't really properly put your hands out when you're falling backwards. And it was right next to one of my best mate's sisters as well. I was just flying through the air. So look at them. I just to go, hello. This is going to hurt. Thonk.
Nice.
I was like,
that hurt. But I just got up, picked the skateboard up, cleaned the dirt off the wheel, and skated on. Whereas if that happened to me now, I'd be like, I'm going home.
yeah.
Nice.
Well,
No,
it's like
I'm going home.
the two worst bumps that I remember that I've taken like in recent memory. One is, I'm not going to say what I was doing at the time, but after the beer festival when me, you, and Dave had to leg it. I'm not going to say what I was doing because it's going to go out on air and I don't want it.
Yeah, that was hilarious.
That was funny as hell. I'll tell you what it was afterwards.
Fair, yeah.
But yeah, basically it involved the three of us running really fast, unbeknownst to those two. And I just turned around and went, leg it! And as I turned, just slipped and fucking skidded on my face for like 3 meters.
Oh.
I was just so bruised. I was fucked off for like a week. And then the other recent one, I was rollerblading to work at CSR down on the business park.
You're well 70s. Get rollerblades on.
No,
I've got a pair of aggressive street blades with no brakes on them. They've just got a wheel at the front and a wheel at the back and a grind plate in the middle.
Jesus.
Okay. And I was skating down the cycle bridge, going like balls to the wall fast with Tully. Like Tully was on his bike and I was just like fucking zooming past him, like proper crouch down, like proper speed skate.
Yeah.
And I got a wobble.
Oh yeah.
Speed wobble,
basically,
yeah.
you know at the bottom of the skate cycle bridge, it has the two. It has one side of tiles that run straight and one side that run fucking parallel. Yeah, I hit the parallel ones.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Dude, I bailed so fucking hard, and like because I was with another dude, I was just like. And there were people I was like, the man part of me went, you're fine, get the fuck up.
Yeah.
I was just like,
Nobody saw me.
I just got up and like, laughed about it, and I'm like, that's fine. And we carried on. I carried on skating from there to Chesterton.
Wow.
So you know where Lizzie used to live in Chesterton with Becky and that? That's where we were heading, to my mate Adam's house. I skated all the way there, and by the time I got there, I was just like, dude, I need painkillers now.
Wow.
I was just like,
I've actually been pretty lucky with crashes, right? I had a really life-affirming bike crash a couple of years back.
I think I remember.
I was out drinking basically after work on a Friday, and I went round to mates and just got a bit mashed up basically, and I stayed there until sunrise, and I was biking home, so down the DNA trail.
Oh yeah.
Actually. So this time I decided to go down the guided busway the whole way into Trumpeting, because I thought you could rejoin my road, my bike path, and you can't basically. But I was biking along. I was really shit-faced still, and I'd never ridden this path before. But I decided it was a really fucking beautiful sunset. So in my mind, I had no idea what's going on. I thought, this is a nice long straight road. I'll just stare off. Completely 50, almost 90 degrees off basically, like to the side, and be like, that is a fucking beautiful sunset. And then my next like feeling is like, ow my knee, and then why is everything flipping over and over and over? And I basically like relaxed into it and like landed, but it was like time slowed down, right? And I landed, and basically what happened is I hadn't actually looked far enough ahead, so it was a really straight road, but instead of like just a pillar, it had a pillar with those things that go out and in as well. So basically, as I was biking and looking off the side, my right knee made contact with one of those. But I managed to like flip front over the handlebars and the bike went over me as well, and I landed on my back facing the same way as I was going. So I basically did a full 3/4 flip forwards, landed, like didn't like put my arms back or anything, just landed, skidded forwards a bit, and the bike did another flip and like rolled off. And my D-lock was on the my D-lock was on the handlebar, and it flew off into the bushes, and I forgot, I didn't find it, I forgot it basically. But yeah, so I landed, and I'm like, you know, I did the whole oh shit, and I did the whole check my hands, my head, my everything. I was like, not a fucking scratch.
Wow.
I fucking immortal through that basically, and I did a front flip, and I was like, the sunset was still beautiful. My heart was racing. And I was like, this is actually quite nice. And I was like, you know, every now and then you need a hit of adrenaline. It doesn't really matter where it comes from.
I bet it was very, very sobering though. Just like boom.
Yeah, a bit.
Yeah. So I remember the worst bike one I've had was quite recent when I was cycling to work.
Oh, your knees, yeah.
Oh man, and basically my chain came off the fucking chain wheel because I had it on the highest thing, and I don't have any sort of block to like, stop it from coming off and locking the thing up. So the thing came down and wrapped around the pedal and clunk, just locked that. So my leg stopped spinning while I was going around a corner, therefore losing some of the additional gyroscopic effect. And obviously I'm turning a corner and I just like, whoa!
Yeah,
spads, as everything locks, I'm just like, oh god, my arms swivel instead, and the bike comes out from under me, and I'm just like, this is really gonna hurt. And crunk, my knees take the brunt of the damage, and like literally, the amount of blood. And I was wearing shorts as well.
Oh,
but the best bit about
we talked about this the other day. Like the scars are still there.
Yeah, I still have the dark patches on my knees from where I fucked them. And the best bit about it was I was skidding across the floor, and I just look up and see the back of a brand new BMW that's parked. Thankfully, no one in it, because I'm just looking at this thing as I'm scraping on my knees. And on the bike, and the bike just goes, King! And scratches the bumper.
Oh man!
I'm like, oh fuck! I hope no one saw me hit that. And some dude comes up and asks if I'm all right.
Oh, nice.
And so I just try and avoid acknowledging there's any damage on the car. I was like, yeah, I'm fine. Yeah, just chain. So, oh, you're all right. Yeah, I'm fine. Yeah. And sort of like limp off. I just have to get my bike locked up and get them cleaned up when I get in the office. And it's like the scratch in the back of that bumper was pretty brutal because it was the anodized metal arms with like a coating on them, so they're really sort of gritty.
Jesus.
So it's like,
I say my favourite one, like is but my friend Ricky, who I work with at CSR, he's got one of those what they call the Bromptons, the foldaway bikes. And he was no. This is like, so he was cycling down.
What is it again? What is it with the wires? What's it called?
Clapton.
Is it? Sure he wasn't Clapton?
Oh god, what was it?
Yes! Have I beaten you? Have you?
No. I remember what I was talking about. The Brompton bike. I was trying to remember the Clapton pun thing that we came up with in the kitchen earlier.
Clapton. I don't know.
No. Clapception. No, it was the Claptonception pun.
Was it the Yo Dog? I heard you like Claptons.
No, I forget. Anyway, back to the Brompton. So Ricky's cycling along. I think it's like the A14.
I didn't know where the A14 went to Clacton.
Not to Clacton. Stevenage he was coming from. Actually, it was the main road between main road and Stevenage? Either way, it was a very busy main road. It doesn't matter which road.
They'd have to be driving because it's the A1M.
No, I can't. No, he cycles to Stevenage train station, then gets the train to Cambridge, and then cycles from Cambridge train station.
Yeah.
Actually, it might have been Hills Road. Yeah. But either way, he's cycling along a busy main road, and you know the hinge where the bike folds in half?
Yeah.
It just the bolt shear and the bike just snaps in half.
If I had that bike, I would always have that fear.
Yeah, literally, that's exactly what happened. The bolt sheared and the bike literally just snapped in half, and he crumpled in the middle of the traffic.
That does remind me of one thing I witnessed at my secondary school. Big up to how much of a shithole that place was. Basically, when one kid had pissed off another one in my ear, he had swiped a hacksaw from the DT department.
Yeah.
And found where this kid had locked his bike up, sawed entirely through the bottom part of the frame.
Jesus Christ.
then sawed through most of, but not all of, the top part of the frame.
Wow, that's
Oh,
hate
wow.
right there.
So it's just like, you have pissed this guy off.
Yeah, Jesus Christ.
And basically,
Yeah.
what happened? The guy hadn't realised that this much had been taken out of his bike, so he managed to pull it out of the
Yeah,
bike
of
shed.
course.
But as soon as he got on it, it just went, and literally that little bit he had left was enough just for it to bend up and then snap.
Oh
It's
my
like-
God.
This kid's just sitting on the floor, like cronked out with a broken bike in his hands, just like, wow. Thankfully, it was like a proper cheap old granny basher.
Yeah.
But still, if that's your
Um,
bike, and this second school I went to, that was probably the only bike he could afford because he stole it.
Dude,
Nice.
you can't top my secondary school. I went to
What?
the third worst in the entire country.
Third
Like
one.
literally, my school, Thamesmead Community College, was ranked in UK, England, England, Scotland, Wales, and Ireland. It was third from the bottom.
Nice.
Like literally, I mean,
So
you're
the
thinking
entire
about
UK.
a guy hacksawed someone's bike in half. My shit, they were hacksawing each other in half. Like I shit you not, man. There were shootings, there were
You're
stabbings.
coming straight out
Yeah.
of Clapton with a whole lot of attitude.
Yeah. There was one kid at my school who did put his lips around one of the gas taps and just.
What a fucking dickhead.
Yeah.
Wow, what a
Dickhead. I used to like those at school. Like they were amazing. We lit one and we left it on for so long that it like melted the varnish on the top of the desk in a really artistic like blue
Nice.
type pattern that went with the fire. It was fucking. It made so much light and heat. I would
Oh,
recommend
was
it
it-
for
was
anyone
it-
at home. Like
Right,
that's amazing.
One of the funniest stories I've heard ever was James and someone like Ruth knows the fucking story. And it's like them heating up a piece of metal in class, like white hot, and then just putting it to the back of someone's neck.
Holy shit.
James did that to someone. I
Someone
can't
in my
remember
art
who.
class once actually threw a Stanley knife fully extended at somebody else. Luckily for the guy it hit, the other end hit him.
Oh man!
So like he still got a welt and everything, but like there's like an inch of Stanley like sticking out of that
Fuck
thing. Yeah, he was a
that.
fucking reprobate. This kid. I was
Yeah,
in a class
yeah,
with him
yeah.
once, and he threw a chair, and this girl actually caught it with one hand. and was just like put it down. It's like fucking schooled.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just remember like one of
Well,
my
like
one of
my
my few memories of roller skates. Right, is you remember those Fisher Price slides?
Skates?
Roller skates,
Oh,
yeah,
okay,
actual roller
okay,
skates,
okay.
not even blades. I was
Yeah.
not even that cool. They were like well 80s. They were like pink, and then they had like black features on them that
Did
looked
they
like
used to be your
paint
sisters?
splatter in neon. No, they were mine, and the wheels were like neon
Well,
yellow.
I had those.
Yeah,
I
everyone
fucking
had. They
those.
were like the Argos Classic. They had a big
Yeah,
yellow bump
yeah,
on the
yeah.
front and stuff. So like they were proper 80s
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah, yeah.
So I'm at my childminders. I was probably like 11, maybe. I don't really know, not for sure. But
Shit, I won't
I'm
be
like
like-
Fisher Price slide. You know, there's curved plastic ones that
Yeah.
are just one piece of mold. I got a bit of that. I got that bit of that. I got all of that. Set it up on the patio, and then put like a bit of wood at the bottom of it to flatten out thing. And I climb up this slide with my skates on.
Fucking
So
weird.
you can kind of see where this is going to go from there. I didn't factor in a few things basically.
Gravity.
Mostly, yeah, gravity. My actual skill as a skater, which I think they were like Christmas present. It was like a month or two later. I go down the slide, it all starts to go horribly wrong, and basically my legs go out from underneath me, and I put my arm down, like at a right angle, and land on my arm, and I broke my arm, basically. What really fucked me up, and what I was really annoyed about, is that I made it off the slide onto the ground, but the ground was fucking crazy paving.
Oh.
So it's just crisscross of
Whoever-
brickwork. So
whoever-
as soon as I landed, it was like, and I just did the whole, like a slip at a swimming pool.
Yeah, yeah.
Which ironically is how I broke my other arm the year later.
Fucking
So I got green stick fractures on both of my arms
Oh,
from
man.
trying to kick a fucking beach
I've-
ball
I've
on the side of a pool, and I ran at it. Never run by pools.
you
idiot.
literally get into so much dumb shit when you're a kid as well.
Oh yeah.
I remember we built a rope swing. Okay, so first of all, so where I lived in Manchester was fucking awesome. So you
Yeah,
went
it
out-
sounds it. Some great schools, you know.
No. That school was in
Hacksawing.
southeast London, man. That was Thamesmead, like proper southeast London, Kent area. But no, when I was living in Manchester, the street we lived on, it had you had your back garden. You went out the back your backyard fence. There was an alleyway thing, and then there was a wall, and you could climb the wall, and you were on a massive fucking park. It was awesome. So we had a tree right at the top of that wall, which we'd fucking hammered nails in to climb up to. We had we had like panel wooding and stuff up there. It's like proper little tree house type thing. And the amount of times we fucking gashed our legs open falling down that, and just nails.
How many
And-
gashes
how many-
have you had?
All the gash. all the gashes mine, mate.
Yeah.
But
You're covered in gashes.
yeah.
Oh, it's bloody gashes. That's exactly what you're going to be covered in. Really.
But the other one it didn't happen to me. It happened to the lad Peter. We had a rope swing which swung out from a swang. Great word.
How about
Swung.
How about wait? How about Mammoth Tusk in starring in Caveman? Such a good name, Mammoth Tusk, right?
I think we should go into why that just randomly came out there.
Oh no, leave it. Just leave it.
Yeah.
Just leave it hanging.
Sorry. Anyway.
Yeah. So this rope swing, still not lost it. Peter was like, so the way it was on a tree that had a branch that kind of stuck out over a hill. So you think branches coming out up here, you've got hill slope, down like that.
Like down that.
Like down
Why,
that, mate. No, last time I did Scouts, he walked out.
Yeah.
Why?
Like he
I
literally
hate
walked
the
out of the
Scouse
podcast.
accent.
Oh wow.
I was like,
Is it 'cause you're so posh?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm so
you
posh
know,
that.
So like,
it's
he
really-
just doesn't like
really
me talking like a
great.
Scouts man.
No.
Yeah,
No,
it's really bad.
No,
It's really bad.
no.
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 It doesn't do it for me either.
No, it doesn't really for
No.
me. But anyway, so the rope swing, Peter swung out, and at the bottom of the hill there was just fucking torn up gravel path. And as he swung out, the stick that we'd wedged in to hang on just snapped. And he literally, oh my god, it was so brutal. It was so brutal. He landed face first on this fucking concrete, going round like that. So just, you imagine cartoon thing where, you know, the guy digs into the ground.
Oh.
It looked like that. It was like a comet landing
Did he make
on
a
Earth.
crater?
Oh, he left this fucking skid patch that had it had blood
My
and bits
God.
of skin on it.
Wow.
It was like the guy had to go straight to fucking hospital. It was so brutal. He was a dick though, so it was funny as fuck.
Oh, but you're a dick, you were.
No, he really was. He was a complete tool.
It said he'd worked more hours than he had done. Mine.
I think it was him. It was either him or one of the lads. So at the back of this park, there was a home for battered wives and their kids. So if the wife
they
had been
beer battered.
no, it's like it's
Well, it
a
might have
serious
been.
thing. It's a serious thing. Like
Is
so,
it?
the you know, women that were beaten by the husbands, they could go there and live there with their kids. But
A
the kids
woman's
were
shelter.
obviously all tearaway little shits, and we used to get into lots of fights with them. And once my mum hit one, and got arrested.
I missed an important point here because I think you're talking about your mum hitting a battered wife.
No, hitting a cop.
Oh, what?
No, a kid.
I missed a step where I thought
Yeah,
you were
no,
attacking
basically,
battered
we
wives.
got into fights with these kids, and one of them
Oh,
threw a
kids,
brick at my
yeah.
face. Like I got a brick full in the face, and my mum slapped him for it.
Brick face.
Yeah, that was me, brick face.
The latest
Face or brick.
superhero. Coming soon to a cinema near you.
And yeah, she got arrested for it, and then got a date with the arresting officer.
Wow.
Yeah.
Uniformdating.com. Free plug.
So, God, that was a hell of a sidebar. From actually, we never really got round to the topic we were going to
No.
talk about, did we?
No, we
Which
just
was Ruby. Was the
Yes.
thing we were going to talk
Oh,
about.
yeah.
Ruby.
Yeah, so we literally, I watched it on Wednesday before we attempted to record the first podcast.
I pretty much sessioned it in a month.
I literally sessioned the entire thing in a day, like
Uh,
one sitting.
I don't have that much spare time.
finished
I was
watching
working
it
from home.
on,
Sounds like it, yeah.
yeah, I watched the last episode on Monday when it was released on Saturday in the States.
Yeah, I like I say sessioned all in one sitting, and we got Mark to watch the last two episodes just before we started recording.
Crazy shit, man. I was
Yeah,
saying, like,
oh,
the
yeah.
storylines that run through it are they're sort of meta and tongue-in-cheek and well designed, and the
Oh, yeah.
fight scenes are
The
amazing.
fight scenes, are
But
some of
then,
the
like, they
best
do
choreo-
crazy things with the storyline. So, like, one of the important things I was saying was, like, they had a tournament that went from 4-2 to 1,
Yeah.
and the main character didn't go through from the 4 to the 2, and you're like, wow, like, no other anime would
Yeah.
do that. It's
Yeah,
always
yeah.
about one main character, but this has got a really good mixture of focus on.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
It makes you care about quite a few people, right? Like,
the cast
and,
is really
and there's always somebody in the cast for somebody to like. I
yeah,
think,
completely.
by
The
now.
cast is really well thought out. It's really well balanced. Everyone complements everyone else really well. Yeah, there are that you have your stereotypical archetypes, but they all serve a purpose and they all are done very well.
But there's so many of them. They're like
Yeah,
the
yeah,
facets of personality.
Yeah,
Everyone
completely.
emotes with at least one of those characters in it.
yeah,
Yeah.
But they're like, can we do spoilers?
Yeah,
but they kill them.
Yeah.
Like you're well invested in something, and they've become the main storyline for an entire season was Fira, and they killed her. Pyrrha, sorry. Yeah. Amazing fight, but like
they
crazy.
Killed
but they also
and
killed one of the main
Yang,
bad guys as well.
And so unceremoniously as well.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like literally fucking Torchwick just stood there, and then all this gone.
I genuinely think Yang is going to be a kind of Ash from Evil Dead, though. She's going to get
she's going to get a Barrett
right?
arm, man.
Yeah, she's going to get an amazing arm.
Well, there is a bit of speculation on the forums at the moment where they're thinking that it possibly could regrow from someone's aura, could heal it.
Okay.
So, one thing I did notice that was missing was in the coming up in Volume 3 video, there was a section in there which was Yang talking to her mother, which obviously we first encountered at the end of Volume 2.
Yeah.
And there's a section where I've got so much to talk to you about.
Yeah.
And it was her mother talking to her. Didn't appear at all.
No, you're right. I remember that. Yeah. Weird.
And it's just like, whether now that she's lost her arm, whether that's going to be the thing that triggers.
Maybe.
And it's going to come in the next volume, or whether it's
a bit of I hadn't really thought about that. Actually, I completely forgot about that.
Yeah, that's the only thing that I felt, because I was sitting there watching the entire volume 3, expecting that to happen.
Yeah. Well, maybe. I mean, they probably had their reasons.
Probably the reason, but I think it might have also something to do with perhaps the limited amount of time they've got to air, the amount of time they've got actually as a run for a volume.
Sorry,
also with. No, I'm talking. Well,
all right, I'll get it.
Use your feet. Yeah, whether it's sort of they just didn't get around to it, or with the guys passing, it got a little bit forgotten about from what the rest of the main story was. Because Volume 2 seemed to have a lot of Yang, especially towards the end of it.
Yeah.
It was a lot to do with her. But they thought, no, we need to give another.
But they were doing a lot of character development all around.
Character development all around, but obviously Volume 3, as you've already said, was very, very Pyrrha-centric.
Yeah. I think as well now in the next series they might go more towards John again, like the relationship with John.
I mean John's gonna
they focused him quite early on, and then he got to be valued as a warrior and all that. But
I think John's gonna be quite interesting.
Yeah, exactly. They touched upon his.
I think it's quite interesting. I think it's quite interesting that Ruby set out with the rest of Team Juniper. It adds a new dynamic to the whole thing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and keeping it fresh, but they're still rotating through characters.
Yeah. And you know, Ruby, all of Ruby are going to come back into it, but. Like, who's not shown their heads?
I wonder.
Winter, summer, and spring.
They're
still
like
yet to be revealed.
they're a gaming company that are doing this, right? So I wonder if they're being really, really kind of like meta about it and looking at comments and what people are saying about who their favourite characters are, basing what their storyline is on that. So killing people off who everyone cares for or something. Do you do that level of analysis, or do they just make it up on the fly?
Well, I think
they're pretty like exacting in a lot of the videos they do, so they may be doing this kind of stuff.
Also, this volume's been very much about the four maidens, like you say, with autumn, spring, summer, winter.
Yeah, but they really haven't like resolved any of that. Really,
no, they haven't really resolved all of that. But I've got a feeling the next volume coming is going to be more about the legend of the Silver-Eyed Warrior.
Yeah, it's weird because they dropped that in there. I thought that was a bit like that, maybe too much, because they really haven't done much about the 4 seasons thing yet. I mean, we know autumn, but like where's spring, summer and winter, right? And now they're like, and also there's this other thing that could trump everything. It's like I don't know, like it was all. I get it, but it makes me think there'll be like 3 more seasons now because they're going to have to resolve everything.
It depends where they go with the Ruby's semblance thing with the white eyes. Oh well, that's not her semblance, but where they go with the whole white silver eye thing. Yeah, because they could. But
we don't know enough about the other 3 seasons.
Yeah, well, this is what I'm saying is that we don't know. The silver eye thing might not play out to be as big a deal. You know, it could be something that she's not really going to fully realize within the time frame of the show.
She did freeze that giant.
Yeah,
no, we don't know what happened to Autumn. It looked like Autumn was destroyed. It's something that she might. You know, they could play it like it's something that doesn't really come into play until the very end, like something that she's aware of but can't master, and it takes her the rest of the season. So it's kind of in the backseat to everything else until the climax kind of thing, where she's basically gone Super Saiyan, but she can't do it again. Because
it's like
she needs to learn how to do it.
Super Saiyan. Yeah. That's kind of the thing that they could take that attitude.
And it is all things like that where there's loads of parallels with other animes about, but they pick the best things because they're being so like.
This is the thing I love as well, because it's a Western produced thing.
Yeah.
But
It's going to be derivative regardless.
the
There's
thing,
nothing
but the
that
thing
hasn't
is,
been done now.
it wears its Western heritage quite proudly, but marries it really well with Asian culture as well. It's a really
it's an homage, really, as well. Because like it's almost like you can call it an anime, but it actually isn't. I think.
I don't know. It depends what you classify as anime.
Exactly.
Technically, anime it would.
But
be...
I'm saying like it's an artistic homage to anime rather than being an actual anime itself, because it isn't like in production values and in like the.
Well, I mean,
terms.
that's not necessarily true in the production values. I mean, there's been some very low budget anime, but I think at its core, most people think Japanese animation when they think anime. There is French anime.
They do. Yeah,
but when
but
you think when
exactly.
you talk about anime from another country, it's always preceded by the name of that country. You never if you say just anime, it's Japanese. If you're talking, if you're talking French, anything else, you always say French anime.
Rape tour.
Oh man, I need to start thinking of something.
Oh, that would be a dark one to watch, really, wouldn't it? Tear you apart.
Bear Brachiosaurus.
Nice.
Oh,
amazing.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Oh, that was a good one. God, I forgot where we were. Oh, Ruby. Yeah.
So like it is a good to watch, but like I'm starting to wonder. We were talking about this earlier, like. Is it going to spin out into too many seasons?
Yeah,
I think tie it together. They've got a lot to fix now. It's getting a bit lost.
I think they can do it all in 5 seasons if they don't go too far with it now.
Yeah.
Because you were on season 3, 2 more seasons. The next season sets up for the final season. So the next season is bringing all the pieces into play and explaining everything.
They're going to have to put a lot of storyline in. So I worry if they'll lose the fighting. Because the fighting is
I think
beautiful
you can blend the storyline and the fighting. And the one thing that's happened is each season the episodes have got slightly longer.
Yeah, that's true. They're probably getting a bit more revenue, so they can
So I think that shows in just the raise of production value in the third one. Just in terms of some of the additional artwork they put in, like the background.
Yeah, exactly. Like I actually quite like the silhouette backgrounds in the first season as well, because why bother animating them?
I do love it's pretty much the same old dude running every shop they go into.
Yeah. Very Pokemon.
Yeah, very exactly. Yeah.
But
the silhouettes were almost like tongue in cheek as well, because sometimes the silhouettes would be doing like silly shit in the background, or just like moving in ridiculous ways.
Yeah.
So like, yeah.
It'll be very interesting to see, because I don't want it to spin out to. See, I hate Naruto. I hate that shit. I like my favorite.
Red versus Blue though
did 10 seasons.
It went on about 4 seasons too long.
Yeah.
I watched like the first couple of seasons and then sort of started to lose.
Yeah, so after 4 or 5, they really should have been looking to tie it up.
Yeah.
So.
Like some of my favorite animes are like 2-3 seasons tops.
Yeah, Helsing,
Ghost in the Shell, standalone complex, 2 seasons and a movie.
Cowboy Bebop.
Yeah,
like one of the best.
Oh god, amazing.
Yeah.
For me, Melancholy for Suzumiya, Claymore, fucking Kitty Grade. Although the name of that sounds so bad, doesn't it?
Yeah,
that does really. Yeah,
it's nothing like you'd expect.
Death Note as well is
Death
great.
Note's
Death
great.
Note's a good
Death
short.
Note's fantastic.
I really love Great Teacher Onizuka.
Yeah,
I've seen a few of those.
Also, I've got like behind you is a massive anime collection. I've got like Witch Hunter Robin, both seasons of Shaku no Shana, Go Proxy, fucking Chubbits.
These the things we're naming now is what I would consider anime, but I don't think in time, like in the future, you wouldn't be looking at this and saying it's anime. Exactly, but by adding Western, you're just taking away the anime of it, really. So yeah.
Yeah, it's like I think there's a place for Western. Like I love some Western animation. I mean, Samurai Jack is one of my favorites.
Yeah, I love it. You know what? It's like Tom and Jerry for nowadays, because Tom and Jerry was all beautifully set to music, right? And Samurai Jack has some moments in it where the fight scenes and the music and stuff, it just complements it amazingly.
I
like
just love
the dubstep one.
I love the stark art style of it as well.
Yeah,
which is really striking.
Stark,
My favourite episode of that has to be of Samurai Jack is the Blind Archers episode.
Oh when he has to learn to be completely silent.
So fucking amazing. Well, when he just ended up like blindfolding himself, and it's like I need to be able to hear, not see.
Yeah, they're kind of genuinely terrifying as well. Because I think like I watched them as roughly an adult or a teenager, but like for kids, man, like they had like Anubis jackal heads with red eyes and shit.
Yeah, what's the main bad guy called in that again?
Aku.
Like he's fucking menacing as well.
Any shape, any form, big black, scary eyes, shit like that. Like it's the stuff of nightmares.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of all the other Western animation stuff that I've really enjoyed. I mean, I'm a big fan of the old cartoon stuff. like Dexter's Lab.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
that's alright.
They I don't know. They kind of gave a lot of. I'm trying to think what I think. Like,
It's when they started sending them up that I like though. Like
Yeah. Like
C
Adult
Lab
Swim.
2021,
Yeah, Adult Swim.
which was just
Well, that's
amazing.
what I think. This is what I was getting. So exactly, what I was getting. Cartoon kind of set up for that kind of stuff to happen.
Yeah.
The kind of more off the wall, a bit more adult humor in cartoons.
Courage the Cowardly Dog.
Oh, Courage the Cowardly Dog was fucking weird.
Yeah.
It's fucking.
I think one of my favourite theories about that is the reason that they're in a house in the middle of nowhere with nothing around them is because obviously you're seeing everything from the perspective of a sheltered dog with an old couple.
Yeah.
And like literally all the things that are happening are just literally happening in his head. It's what he's imagining because he has no idea of what the outside world is. He doesn't understand what things are. And that's why every episode everything goes back to normal because it's just him freaking out over the little things because he's a sheltered dog that lives in this tiny house.
Wow, that's pretty dark.
He
I
only
never really
knows-
watched it actually.
It's
like,
really
yeah.
fucking weird. It's
He
really
only
twisted.
knows of that. And that's one of the craziest theories I've ever heard about it, but it sort of makes a little bit of sense. Where it's like, if that's all he knows. That's what, everything outside is always foggy and shit like that. You never see anything.
Yeah.
It's just like, yeah, I can understand why that is.
Yeah, that's his entire
that-
world,
with
I
that
guess.
picture,
right?
yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
That's his world. That's what he knows.
Yeah.
What was the other cartoon that I was going to mention off the back of that?
Johnny Bravo.
Hoo-ha, ha.
Oh, I wasn't a fan.
Aqua
No.
Teen Hunger Force.
Again, not so much. Metalocalypse, I loved in Adult
Nice,
Swim.
yeah.
Metalocalypse,
lots of,
I love the fucking soundtrack to that. That's actually a genuinely
Do you
good
know what?
metal album.
Yeah.
I'd never seen
Harvey
any
Birdman.
SpongeBob
Harvey
SquarePants at all,
Birdman was
right?
fucking
And
tits.
a mate of mine invited me to go watch the first SpongeBob SquarePants movie. And actually,
Right.
it was really good. Like,
Really?
I properly had a laugh at
See,
it.
I've
yeah,
never
yeah.
been a fan.
But I never watched any of the episodes at
Okay.
all or anything. But like, there's loads of crazy stuff behind it because you know it's set in Bikini Bottom, which is where
yeah.
the nuclear tests what happened and all that. Like, I love the kind of like
Mr.
stories.
Krabs.
Do you know
Yeah,
that's-
exactly. Yeah.
That's what I was going to talk about. Like, that's what I was going to say. Talking about weird theories and things. Do you know the theory about Fight Club?
Have you heard the theory of evolution?
Yes.
Yes. Good.
It is a theory.
I'll have you
It's
know.
just a theory, though. Just so you know.
Yeah, I'll have you know. It's just a theory. You know.
Yeah.
Don't forget that God
Right.
Almighty created us.
Yeah.
And that's
I
possible.
won't ever
Only
forget that.
6,000 years ago.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Because I don't know, fucking creation or something. So Calvin and Hobbes, it's the Calvin and Hobbes Fight Club theory. So have you heard it right? So the theory is that Tyler Durden, or Edward Norton's character, is Calvin grown up, and Tyler Durden is the adult Calvin's personification of Hobbes.
Maybe.
It's like the actual online blog. I'm not so sure saying I subscribe to it, but I think it's an interesting theory. It's really interesting and well thought out.
Well, I'd probably have to read it.
Yeah, you have to. It's really good though. It's really good. It's
Yeah.
interesting hypothesis.
Yeah, yeah.
The other one that is my favorite theory at the moment is the Jar Jar Binks is a Sith Lord.
Yeah, I've
Yeah.
read the clickbait headlines, but I haven't actually gone into looking
I'll show
at
you the
them.
video.
I don't know if I
when we
care
go
that
through it.
much about
It's
any film
actually
with Jar Jar
quite-
Binks in it.
It's quite interesting. It's really quite interesting because
Is it Stephen Fry quite interesting though? I don't think it is.
Stephen Fry quite interesting. No,
No.
maybe not. Well, I don't know. Actually, I was like, it makes the prequel films seem
But
more
it's just that's
credible.
just fan fiction writing that shit in. to
No,
make
they
up for
actually
what's a poor
support. They
film.
actually support. They actually show evidence to support that it might have been the original intention.
Who is
And
they?
it was the people that have been researching this. They, yeah. Well, either way, whoever researched this, they basically the theory is, and what some of the evidence supports in.
It's creationism.
It's subjective, but it seems to suggest that the initial intention for the Yoda battle in attack, the middle one, was not to fight Christopher Lee, but to actually fight Jar Jar. But due to the
What?
backlash of Jar Jar hatred from the first one, they quickly swapped it out and inserted Christopher Lee's character. Because they've got audio clips of George Lucas saying Jar Jar is the key to everything.
That's amazing. Well, did he just throw that out there
It
to
is the
like
key to
confuse
everything
people before the
for
films?
merchandising, because kids
Yeah.
love
Nah, I don't know. It's quite an
Do you
interesting
think
video.
there's like a Jar
It's like a
Jar
five-
Binks
it's like a
appreciation
12-minute
society
video.
or
It's worth
something?
watching.
I bet there's like a Reddit group for Jar Jar Binks or something.
I
like-
really hope not. Yeah, probably kill Jar Jar Binks.
There's
It's
probably
like
a
the most
There must be a
loathed-
pro
The
one,
scary
though.
thing is, there's probably a Rule 34 of Jar Jar
Oh
Binks.
god,
What's
Jar
Rule
Jar
34?
Binks porn, yeah.
If it exists, there's porn on
Oh
it.
god, yeah. Oh. Oh, I can already see it, and it's blatantly fucking done. I bet it's bronies do Jar Jar or some shit.
Oh.
Like Jar Jar fucking My Little Ponies or some
Oh,
fucking
wow,
horrible
yeah, brony,
base
yeah.
shit.
Or fucking Anakin in the house.
Oh, there's Naomi should be really humorous. It was like a dating profile thing for this guy. He's like, yeah, I'm a 32-year-old male chauvinist brony.
Wow.
He's like, if we should meet and date,
A male
remember I'm the
chauvinist
man
brony?
in this relationship.
But he's the pony in this relationship.
Well, he's saying that I'd love to meet another pony that thinks like I do. It's like, oh my god.
He wants another male chauvinist pony.
No,
Brony.
well, yeah,
Well, he
brony.
wants a pony.
He wants a pony.
Wow.
He
He's a
wants
male
to
chauvinist.
Dress up like a pony.
It's really funny.
For
I don't
some
understand
coercive
bronies. I
sex.
quite like. Have you watched the new My Little Pony cartoons?
No.
Have I? Of course I have. No. No, I
No,
haven't.
you should actually watch.
That's a lie.
They're quite humorous.
No.
No.
They are quite humorous.
No.
But I don't
No.
understand bronyism.
It sounds like you do.
I
actually.
really
It sounds
don't.
like you're pitching
Whatever,
it to me.
Brony. Where's your fedora?
I don't really like bronyism, but have you seen the latest series? Because it's amazing.
No.
We should
I've
go to a
I've watched
convention.
like 2 episodes of the reboot, and it's quite humorous in points.
It's okay, Kyle.
It's
You're a
got
stallion.
it's got a Happy Tree Friends vibe about it, except no one dies, which is kind of a shame.
Wow.
Wow.
That's the French version.
Yeah. Fronime? No.
Mon Petit Chevalier, whatever it is. No, it's My Little Hair. Chevaux.
I don't know French. I know Spanish, and I don't know what the Spanish for horse is.
You don't know all the Spanish.
I know what the Spanish for frog is. Ranas.
Ranas.
Mein kleiner Pferd.
And
Is it
also,
German?
I know the Spanish for
That's
cunt.
my little horse.
Nice, wow. You spent your time there well, didn't
Yeah,
you?
coño.
A
And
shell.
interestingly about Spanish, the same word for straw is also for wank. So a paquero is a straw, but a paquero is also a wanker or a wank.
Wow. You don't want to get those two
It's
confused.
a slightly different inflection on the pack and the R's, but I don't know enough detail about the inflections. I can't remember. But my English teacher, Spanish teacher out there who's English ran a bar, and she told me about this. She's like, yeah, so if you ask for a straw with a drink, be really fucking careful,
Wow.
because you might get semen in your drink.
Oh. Like
Can I have a
standard
wank in
bar
my drink,
fare,
please?
like Tom Cruise in Cocktail, basically,
Oh.
but actual cocktail.
Yeah.
Gross. Stirred. No. Shaken? I don't know. What would you prefer?
Not at all.
Well,
Yeah.
but there's no choice.
Scooped out
the
with a
choice-
spoon.
Yeah, the choice only shaken or stirred.
You could do it
strained.
like a tequila
Stirred.
slammer or something, maybe.
Yeah,
Bit of salt, jizz,
you wouldn't
lemon.
need the salt. Let's be fair.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
Strained over ice.
The worst tequila slammer I've ever done.
Semen.
No, it wasn't. So
Who?
the worst tequila slammer ever was with James and Sal and Lee. After a night out, we went back to Lee's, and he had tequila, had no lime, had no salt.
So
Did
basically the worst tequila.
did have Chinese 5-spice and a banana.
The banana sounds like a plan.
No,
the Chinese
Because so what you
spice.
happen is you put the Chinese 5-spice on, you lick it, you do the shot, you're in hell. So you get this lovely pasty banana to suck on.
Nice.
So it's literally you go.
Yeah, it's not
So,
quite juicy
so now
enough,
you're
is
not
it?
just in Bernie Sharp tequila hell. You're in Bernie Sharp tequila.
I feel like you're
slug
to
hell.
blame for this situation though by
no,
putting yourself in it.
no, James was to blame. We've been
Yeah.
drinking absinthe.
Fucking
we
James.
fucking James.
He's a liability when he starts drinking.
Oh God, like he's the only man I know who's got a cab from a party, decided changed his mind halfway, and been pushed back to the party by the cab driver in a trolley.
What?
Like he got out of he
Did-
got
did
out
he
of a
pay
cab.
him?
I
Did he
don't
pay him
know.
for
I
that?
don't know how it happened. He got out of a cab and got pushed back to a party in
Well,
a
how
trolley.
much you have to pay a cabbie to
I don't know.
push
I don't
around
think
in a
he'd gone
trolley?
far, and there was a trolley. Like brought a trolley to a house party, I believe.
That's a pretty game cabbie as well.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, there are quite a few in Cambridge.
It was
Like, do
probably
you remember the
Martin's
cab
uncle.
driver that used to have the fucking laser disco thing in the back?
No.
Yeah, we used to get him to Fullborn all the time, and he had a little laser machine in the back of the cab, and always played rave music. We always used to request him, especially whenever we were going to Fullborn. He was fucking fantastic.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, good way to get to a party.
The Disco Kenny cab.
Go have a laugh, mate. Go have a laugh.
Go on off, go on off. Lift goes up, lift goes down. Are you both a member of the Disco Kenny Appreciation
I
Society?
was, and then actually after a while, I
Got
left it
creeped
actually
out.
because I was thinking actually, yeah, like I don't really know enough about him to know whether he's actually mentally stable or not, and I felt a bit bad about being
I've read somewhere that
voyeuristic.
he's not a big fan of the amount of publicity he's getting from that sort of stuff.
No.
That's why I left it.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah, I
when
left
it
it.
first started up though, he was like, he was like, oh, I'm famous now on the internet, and I'm like, this is actually, I can't really tell. It's not really bullying, but like,
Yeah,
as much as I love laughing at the disabled and mentally impaired, like, I can't do it for extended period of time. I think like there's a limit to that.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think there's a limit to comedy, but like, it's only a joke is only funny for so long.
yeah,
right?
yeah, completely.
And it got to that stage, and I was like, actually, I
Yeah.
think someone else mentioned it on the post, saying like, actually, maybe like we should stop this because it's getting a bit much. There were
Yeah.
photos
Yeah,
almost every day of this guy.
yeah,
you know,
and it's
and
like,
that's
you get a bit stalkery, right?
holy shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Like, if I was Kenny, I would just be like... Although, the one thing I have found out, he's a massive fucking racist.
yeah.
In a massive way. So, I'm also kind of like, fuck that guy.
He does basically paint everything white as his job.
Really?
Yeah,
I didn't know
he's a
that.
painter for Cambridge University. Apparently, he's like amazing. Like he's a contractor for them, but apparently he is like because he's a bit OCD. He's
Yeah.
obviously from his tics and stuff. He's ridiculously detailed, but he takes forever to do things. But obviously, it's university, so they just keep him on. But he's
Yeah.
basically a master painter.
Okay.
But at like
Wow, I didn't
painter
know this.
decorator though level, not just he doesn't paint murals or anything.
Yeah,
he
yeah,
just
yeah.
paints.
Not
things, so-
artistic. Just
No, exactly.
painting.
Yeah. But yeah, so yeah,
That's
but
quite
I found that out probably from this page.
Oh,
like,
right.
down the
I've
line,
never
you know,
really...
So
This,
loads of
this,
things on
this
it.
shows you how much I actually looked at it when I was in it.
Yeah,
So.
but yeah, I ended up feeling bad.
Although I
never.
I hate Facebook. I just never use the shit.
I use it to organise social things. Really,
Yeah.
I don't.
I'm not
I
even
don't
in the
like
group.
post to it much.
I'm not even a member of the group.
You're not.
Nope.
You
I
never
removed
accepted it.
myself from that group.
You removed yourself.
I removed myself from the
Ah,
group
why?
because I just got bored of it. I was
Yeah.
just like,
I like it.
Uh,
It's a way of organising things on the
well,
fly
the thing
and
is,
in advance.
Naomi's in the group, so she can deal with that shit.
Well, that's fair enough. If you've got an admin secretary in
Yeah.
your life, then you can deal
I
with it.
literally just can't like. The gaming group's one thing because we organise gaming a lot through there.
Yeah.
But-
It gets more use than the actual group one
Yeah,
at the
yeah.
moment, which is a
Yeah.
bit sad, really.
Well, I don't know. It's
Yeah, everyone's
It
got
is
shit
really-
going on.
Exactly,
I guess,
Also,
yeah.
there's more members in the gaming group than
Yeah,
there
that's
is-
true,
there's
yeah.
a lot more members.
Like-
There's like 40 plus.
Yeah, we're over
there's a
40
lot
now.
more going on. It's true.
Yeah, and everyone. You don't have to go out to game. It's like, hey, you want a game? Yeah, I'm just sat around in my pants. Great.
Wow.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've only got my hand down my pants, so I might as well put it on the mouse instead.
yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
You're a righty.
How did you guess? Perhaps I
Because
came
the
like
only lefty,
Ben.
the only lefty I know is not Dave, Ben.
Ben.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
man, the
I
way
meant
he plays is
Oh, like he moves his keyboard over, doesn't he?
no.
Oh no.
He uses the arrow keys and he does his mouse with his left hand.
What?
He has the clicks the same way as you would if you were right-handed,
Yeah.
Right.
but he uses his left hand to control the mouse.
That is so weird.
That's
and uses
really fucked
arrow
up.
keys to move.
Yeah.
That's really fucked up. I couldn't do that. I don't.
I know. Yeah.
No,
Just,
that's just like
it's impossible to imagine. It's like trying to play a console game with the controller upside down. Can you imagine trying to
No,
do
it's
that?
like trying to
But
play.
not upside down, but upside down and
It's
flip.
it's like trying to play a console game with a fucking Steam controller.
Ah, yeah. It's haptic.
Oh, fucking that thing is. So
It's
I bought
got-
a Steam.
has it
I
got
bought a Steam
Claptons?
controller. Oh fuck it! I wish. If I could vape it, it'd be far more useful. So I bought a Steam controller because my Xbox controller was on the blink after far too much speed when I was just hammering my A button. So
You should have just bought another Xbox.
I should.
Yeah.
I should have. I'm going to.
that
But I
license
thought,
is
like, come on, let's give this shit a try. And I think it might get better over time. But I think part of the problem at the moment is the way the drivers work for it. Aren't
Yeah,
great.
that's gonna
So-
happen. But
Yeah, so
you know.
once they improve the drivers and the fact that you have to go into Steam Big Picture to customize it, you can't customize it anywhere else.
yeah,
Oh.
That's
There's
really fucking
there's
dumb.
some community downloads for
Yeah,
key
you
mapping
yeah,
and
you
stuff,
can
though.
do those. I've not tried them
Yeah.
yet, But like I say, just the fact that you can only do all that shit through Steam Big Picture.
But you know, like, the way the right one moves like a mouse cursor trackpad, but scrolling, like for first-person shooters, it's just not going to be as good as a mouse. And then for like games where you just need 4 buttons there, it's just not going to be as good because the feel of them.
No, because that's in place of the right analog key. You've still
got
4 buttons.
Exactly, but that's uncomfortably. It's an odd, uncomfortable position basically, and that's the one that you're using most of the time.
So the one thing I do really like it for, and it is very good for, is I can now sit back and play like character RPGs or turn-based strategy games with that on my couch. I could play Civ from my couch really fucking comfortably because it works perfectly for that kind of game. And that's a game that normally would require a mouse and keyboard. You couldn't get away without using.
Civ you can get away with just a mouse.
Yeah. Well, yeah, okay. But yeah, you need something like that. You can't get away. You couldn't play Civ with a normal controller.
No.
It'd be fucking far too impractical. Whereas this, you can comfortably play it, and it works.
But a mouse works just the same. This is the thing. It's like this middle ground between a console controller and mouse and keyboard.
Yeah.
But nobody's really asking for that I can think of, like specifically. Like it's too much of a niche area to work when you've got a mouse and keyboard comes as standard and everyone has a controller. If it's like Xbox, there's something else.
The way I saw it is I wanted to try it out, see what it was like, because it's something new and different. And it was 40 quid, and fuck, it was 40 quid.
Yeah, loads of people had it on their wish list, obviously, but everyone was joking, like, we just want one person to actually buy it.
Yeah.
And then, like, it's probably off everyone's wish list now, because somebody's had it, and we've had a little, like, touch and play with it. It's just like, nah, it's not worth this money, is it, really? When you've got an Xbox controller and a mouse and keyboard.
Yeah. No, I completely agree. I think it's got a very niche appeal, and I do play some of the games where it works as a niche thing. So I will get some use out of it, but I am getting an Xbox controller.
But it's just another thing to get used to, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think it might. I don't know. I think it might find a place when VR becomes a bit more prominent, because I think it could work.
I was going to say, perhaps with VR it'd work quite well.
Yeah, because I think once you look at because once you don't have to use that trackpad to look around and you're using your head, it opens up a wealth of other possibilities for use for it.
Like what? I mean, what would you use a trackpad for?
You could do a lot more easier, intuitive in-menu stuff with that. So in an FPS, like,
I'm always imagining the 80s version of VR where people are wearing gloves, and
that'll
they reach out and
that'll come over
interact.
time. But I think for like driving stuff, like driving games and that, so you could potentially, I don't know.
No, I don't think you would. This is it. I think you'd have something like a Wii controller that's already programmable to shift and things. So you'd use it in a way that your hands would be able to manipulate that. So if it knows you're reaching forward towards something, you're operating a menu system. Or if it knows, where positioning, you can use positioning instead of this.
Let's look at motion tracking technology and think about the Kinect and think how fucked hard stupid that shit was.
Yeah, there is. But this is it. The Wii has physical devices like to measure those distances and things, like the gyroscopic.
I do have
the
Oculus
as well. Yeah. With the Oculus,
it's interesting.
There's handhelds you have for the Oculus, so you can do things. You are holding them like this, so it is designed for sort of stuff where you're going to be holding a gun. So you can be like bam, bam, bam. Do stuff like that to run and shit.
Yeah. But you can use it to access menus and things as well, obviously. Like, it doesn't have to be that. But I think, like, for VR, controllers aren't going to be useful at all. Like, you're going to need to be able to interact with everything you would on a computer. So if you need to bring up a keyboard, there's going to have to be some kind of action with those hand things to bring up a keyboard, but then you can just type. And I know, like, you're right, like, the definition won't be there to start with.
That's what's holding
that
back.
But they'll work out ways. You'll be able to swipe through letters instead of having to pick from a large selection.
No, you'll need a dialing wand because your fingers are too fat for the keypad.
Yeah.
With a giant oversized keyboard.
No, they'll give you a fucking VR stylus.
Or talk type, so you talk and,
Although talk typing is fucking
it's ridiculous.
Weird. It's so
I remember
weird.
when it came out in the 90s, basically, or the early 2000s.
Like, Naomi tried severely using it, like seriously
severely using
it.
Listen to me while I talk to you. I'm writing a book now. Pay attention.
Imagine writing dinosaur BDSM while you're doing it.
Kyle? This whole time I've been imagining writing dinosaur BDSM.
It's just a lifestyle that you could get used to, right?
Yeah, it's true.
But no, so Naomi tried to use dragon naturally speaking because of her arms, because she's all dinosaur arms.
What?
Bionosaurus Rex.
She's all dinosaur arms.
No, she's got nerve damage in her arms.
No, I didn't know. No.
Yeah, that's like why she doesn't write as much now, because like she's got severe nerve damage in both her arms from writing.
Are they going to wither away into T-Rex type arms?
No, I think she explained to me, it's basically like the tube that your nerve runs inside.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It's kinked,
Oh.
so she gets pain quite often. Like sometimes she can barely lift a kettle, kind of thing. So yeah,
like carpal tunnel, basically.
Is she?
yeah,
really-
like
is she
severe
like?
carpal tunnel.
Has she gotten a lot worse at giving you hand jobs?
No,
She's all stuff.
No, they've not really changed. They've not really changed.
Okay, she was
Yeah.
sloppy and limp-wristed to start with. Then obviously.
It's always amazing how women can argue for hours. Yeah, 2 minutes into a blowjob, my jaw hurts.
Wow, burn.
Yeah.
We're all feminists here.
Yeah.
Oh,
Trigger warning.
don't. I don't want to get into any. I'm so sick of feminist debate. The fucking. I'm really
Not
bored.
necessarily the feminist.
I'm really
it's
board
the
of Dave
neo-feminists.
posting fucking clickbait.
Feminists.
Yeah,
just
I know.
starting
yeah, I know.
arguments, it's
Dave's
like-
our little junior political activist, isn't he? Yeah.
It is so
I love
much
it.
fun.
Though. I
though.
like. Yeah.
Joining,
don't know.
I had to join in on that last one.
What was the last one?
The one about the freedom of speech,
I don't know.
banning people from speaking.
Oh yeah,
I dunno.
liberals supporting.
Yeah.
No, liberals saying I support freedom of speech, but that guy's gone too
There's-
far.
the-
We should
yeah,
shut
but
him
the
up.
thing is,
Yeah,
that's
something
not
like that,
that's
yeah.
not censorship. No one was stopping him saying what they were saying. They were exercising their right to not have him say it where they are. You have every right to say, I don't. You have as much right to say, I don't want you to say that here, as they have to say it.
Yeah, but what the issue
And no one was
he
no
had
one
been
was outright
arranged-
no one was outright stopping him.
No, they were. They were petitioning to stop him from.
Yeah, they
talking.
were petitioning, but that's no difference.
No,
for,
they were pushing for it to be stopped quite heavily.
Yeah, but
And
that's
succeed.
their right. It's not the
You don't-
government.
It's not the
You're
government, man.
misunderstanding the concept of censorship. Censorship is removing something, not allowing that speech. Censorship
no,
would
no,
be
I'm not
taking
saying-
down his
I'm not
website.
saying they're not censoring him.
Yeah, but that's what everyone's arguing. That's what the argument is.
The
is
argument
the
was
right to free speech.
banning someone from saying what they believe. You can't tell someone no. You
No,
can't-
no. They're not telling him to. They're not
No,
banning
they
him
are.
from stopping saying it altogether.
That's what they want.
That's imposing.
That is what they're pushing for.
No, but they can't, and they won't. No, you're talking about the Scottish thing where they told him he wasn't welcome in Scotland, and that's their fucking right. It's no different to him coming round to this house and starting saying it there. I have every right to say, you're not saying this here, get out of my house, because it's my house. The same way the Scottish people
My
have the
house.
same right to say, we don't want you here to say this in our country, don't come here.
But if you're invited to a public forum speech.
No, he wasn't invited, he was creating a rally. He was
Well, you create
organising
a rally.
it.
You have the right. Everyone has the right to protest. Everyone has the right to perform a rally.
And everyone has the right to counter-protest.
Yeah, you have the right to counter-protest, but you don't have the right to go, no, you can't have your fucking protest, fuck off.
No, the guy... And
You can't have your rally, fuck off. It's like...
No, and the guy promotes dangerous hate speech. So that is... You can... You can... I believe in freedom of speech unless that speech directly incents violence. And he promotes and publicises ways to rape women. That is promoting violence. That is allowed to be censored.
He would have got his ass kicked if he'd have actually
Yeah.
protested, though. Like, they did it
Yeah.
because they were scared, obviously. But you
Yeah,
should be
but-
scared if you're going to have crazy ideas like that.
Well,
that are
exactly.
Yeah,
totally
I'm not saying I
unpopular.
agree with his point of
No,
view
I'm not
at
saying
all.
anyone here agrees with him, but
Well,
there is a
good
difference
point.
between defending freedom of speech and going one step far, because their claims, the people that have been up in arms about freedom of speech, and it was in that article that Dave posted, was they're trying to censor him, and they are not trying to censor him. No one has taken down his website. No one is denying him the ability to say his stuff at all. They're just saying we don't want you to say it here. That has got to be respected when you talk about free speech. You know, when you petition to have a protest, you are asking for permission to do this effectively, because even a mass petition
Well, you're
signed,
like campaigning for it more,
you're
yeah.
campaigning for it, and even a mass signed petition, one that was, they have the right to refuse people to petition or for parade for awareness to breast cancer if they don't want to. It's the council and country and the people's decision, and that has to be respected as well.
Wow, I got a bit heavy from
Yeah.
just joking about
Yeah,
political
sorry,
clickbait.
it's something that
That is the problem with clickbait, basically.
That is the problem
yeah,
with
it's just
clickbait,
outrageous.
yeah,
It's so
they're complete-
outrageous
yeah.
that it just can't be right.
I was mostly just having fun poking at
Yeah, I'm sorry.
The two who were posting on there as well.
I got really pissy at work the other day because I'm getting my back sorted on private healthcare, and I'm really glad about that. But just because I've got private healthcare, I still want the NHS because I love to know the NHS.
Yeah.
It's a sign of
you're
a
gonna need
developed
it at some
nation.
point in your life. This is
It's a sign of a developed nation that you have socialised healthcare. It's a sign of a first world country. And the guys one of the guys at work I was talking to, he's like, no, I think private healthcare is better. I'd quite happily pay for a few £100 a month to know that I'm going to get really good healthcare when I need it. I was like, okay, that's great for you, but you can afford to.
You wouldn't.
No, but he can afford to. What about people earning minimum wage?
Yeah.
Where's their healthcare?
Yeah.
This is it. So you've got to think. You can't just think about the people earning the same as you. You have to think about all levels of society, and you need to keep your entire society at a minimum a minimal level of living quality.
All right.
To be
calm down, Jeremy Corbyn. Basically.
Sorry,
I'm going red communist.
One thing I find hilarious is the amount of people who don't realise that they're thinking I'm seeing a better doctor than I would on the NHS.
No, they're seeing the same doctor, just quicker.
The same doctor, you're just jumping the queue. You're paying to jump the queue.
They basically go through the same training and everything.
You're literally sometimes seeing NHS doctors also do the private care.
Yeah, of course, exactly.
But the majority of private doctors are actually also
I'm
NHS.
glad that I am jumping. This is the beautiful thing. So work said, you can claim on it. They've changed their policy, so they'll cover pre-existing.
Oh, cool! Wow.
And they said you might have to pay a £200 excess, but you can claim it back through expenses afterwards.
Jesus Christ!
So I get it all for free, and because I'm working from home at the moment because of my back, the worker said if I get a note from my doctor to say I need to work from home because of my back and explain the reason, work will buy me a new ergonomic chair, anything I need to in the office, buy me whatever I need to work.
Wow,
it's really good.
Yeah,
really good.
Not many companies like that. Mine wouldn't do that.
No.
There's one thing I'll say about they care about their employees. At least I've got 3 promotions inside 6 months.
I've just got this vision of Kyle going out to HR with a letter from his doctor going, "No, please excuse Kyle from PE. He has injured his back, therefore will not be able to do the rope climb
What I
this
need
Friday."
to do is see if I can get one of those proper fucking Swish gaming racing chairs with the speakers and the fucking...
Oh, like hydraulics and shit, so you're steering,
yeah.
it's all going, yeah.
Do you remember the Afterburner? Do you remember the game Afterburner?
Yeah.
Do you remember the gyroscope, like the arcade thing that was on the gyroscope and it went upside down and all kinds?
No.
You never played that? Oh,
no.
Like they used to have it at Blackpool Pleasure Beach, and it's literally you sit inside the center of a sphere with the size move, so like a disc.
Again, with subtitles for the hard of hearing.
I've got Mediterranean descent. We talk with our hands a lot more.
Sign language.
So you've got this like
Subtitles.
disc area that you sit in, kind of like think of an anime motorcycle type vibe, Tron cycle thing, but it's on a gyroscope.
The thing
so as you tilt the bank the plane from side to side, the thing tilts, and when you do the barrel roll, it goes completely upside down and round. It's
amazing.
The fucking tits.
Mind
it's
you,
like
with
the
it being
best
in Blackpool,
is that like a fiver or something?
There's like about 5 urchins pushing it round.
Yeah. Well, it was Blackpool, man.
Yeah, exactly. It's just like 5 little urchins. Since the mine shut down,
it was actually it was a set of swings with a Mega Drive glued to it, and they just pushed you around.
Yeah, it's great. You charge you.
Do you remember the magic? Do you remember the magic swing haunted house things where you'd sit on the swing and the room would rotate around?
Yeah, like hex and stuff.
Yeah.
No, I hate that. Yeah. Should we chat about what we just recently found out about some kind of erotic literature?
Oh, you mean what we were talking about earlier?
Dubcon.
Oh God, yeah. So my missus is a writer. She writes urban fantasy and paranormal romance.
And she's been featured in such anthologies as Queer Wolf.
Yeah, and she's just got another one as well. I think it's called Bad Moon Rising.
That's the one with was it coercion sex?
Exactly. Yeah, coercion sex or
it's dubious consent.
Yeah, Dubcon,
which is hilarious. It sounds like a fucking.
I can't remember what her exact. When I asked her about it, it's like she was like Dubcon is like saying someone saying, "You will suck my cock right now or else."
Yeah.
And then them just doing it. Right. So that's dubious consent. Apparently, that's Dubcon. And I was like, this sounds like rape. And she's like, it's not rape. It's Dubcon, or it's what were you calling it?
Fuck. coercive sex.
Coercive sex. And I was like, coercive sex sounds like rape to me. It's like basically they've legitimized rape fiction.
Dude, man.
And they're like, because it's urban fantasy, it's okay.
Oh man, I don't think it's all just urban fantasy though. It's like there is just straight dubcon.
It's just exactly. It's a
But
little
doesn't it sound like
book of rape.
doesn't it sound like a dubstep?
It's like perfect
convention?
toilet fiction.
It sounds like a dubstep convention.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, exactly.
Welcome to DubCon 2016.
Yeah, man. Some
I actually
sketchy-
quite like dubstep though, like some of it anyway. No,
Word,
dude.
you would.
Oh, dude, no. Like there are some really good like
No.
dubstep tracks out there.
There's
There
no-
really are.
no.
No, there is.
Just like there's some good gabba.
I'm sure there
There's
is.
a-
There's some
the-
great happy hardcore out there. As
There's
well, if
no
you look for
such
it.
thing as bad gabba.
Bagger.
There's a lot of
Badder.
things known
Just
as
double
bad
gabba.
gabba.
Gabba gabba.
Gabba.
I love gabba, man. Oh, yeah, I'm a proper old
I
school.
remember playing the
kid.
game. Is it Audio Chef, the one on Steam?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did that with some gabba tracks.
Yeah, I've done that. I've done it with
That's just basically I hate myself.
No,
so
no,
I'm
you
gonna
should
do
do it
some
with
gabba.
do it with speedcore. It's great. It's like 200 BPM speedcore. It's just it's so fucking funny.
I did do it with Through the Fire and Flames.
Oh yeah, everyone's done that.
Yeah,
though.
you have to.
The best track to play audio surf to, honest to God, is Rosanne Masadik Galamb by Venetian Snares.
It's oddly
Oh
specific.
God,
It's a
no, that'd be
Pigeon. Why are you not in my life anymore? That's how the track starts. It's fucking fantastic.
I'll have to try some infected mushroom when I get home with that. I think that'd go quite well.
What is Audio Surf? I don't know.
Audio Surf is a game where you can load up your own music tracks and it creates a kind of like a track, and you basically have to dodge blocks from left to right. But as the music gets faster, so as you got to build up, you'll go up, and as the music gets really fast, it shoot down and it builds the track based on your music to in time with the tempo. It's fucking brilliant.
that sounds
it's
amazing.
Really
It's
cool.
absolutely insane.
Like some of the music, like I've done it to hard thrash metal and stuff, and it's just mental.
Yeah, I've done it with some Rammstein tracks as well. And
I'll
Kalani.
tell you one of the best tracks. One of my favourite tracks is "Vicious Delicious" by Infected Mushroom. If you're gonna do any, do that, because the build to the drop in that is insane in the game. It's
So I think
so
Cities
good.
of the Future would be quite a good one to do it with.
I don't know, the building I've done it to Cities of the Future, and the building it's okay, but like I'm trying to think what the other one is off Converted Vegetarians.
I'm the Supervisor.
That's a really good one to do it with. Yeah, it's got a really good steady flow. It keeps a nice pace. Yeah, it's a really cool game. It's like 60p on fucking Steam.
Oh, cool.
It's like it's stupid cheap. There is Audio Surf 2 now, but I don't know how
What
much
could it
better
possibly do that the first one doesn't?
Well, yeah, I think it has flashier graphics. The only thing I'll say about it is it's like a bit of a janky UI.
Yeah,
fair enough.
But for like
Pretty used to that with Blood
for
Bowl
like
and
£2, it's like I think £2 is the most I paid for it,
Wow.
and that was years ago. It's got to be cheap as fuck now. And it's just one of those games that you're like, I want to listen to music, but I want to play games, but I don't really want to play much. I just want to listen to music. There you go, perfect.
Yeah, I definitely don't listen to enough music, so yeah.
I did start playing. I picked up Rise of the Tomb Raider. The new one. Did you like the first one?
Yeah, of course I like the very
No,
first
the
one.
reboot.
No, I didn't play it. I don't
you
know.
should-
I just don't play those kind
See,
of games. I like multiplayer games.
Yeah.
Like I'm really
have,
not keen on first person, or not first person. Sorry,
I started
RPG
playing the
type stuff.
reboot
Well,
recently.
it's more just third person action. It's kind of in the vein of
Yeah, but I don't know. Just no. I mean, I play a bit of Far Cry and Borderlands, I guess, but never the ones that have too involved a storyline. Because I never have the time to sit there and session like for a week or a month. Like I just want a game I can pick up and put down.
I think the campaign you could beat in about 8 hours.
Yeah, but that's like that's 8 long hours though, really. I
don't
don't
know.
know. I like to mix it up as well, so I can't bog down
Oh,
on the
yeah,
same
well, the
game.
thing
And
is-
those games involve bogging down. Pretty
No,
hard in
I've
them.
taken a break. I've taken a 2-day break off it now.
So I've
just played
started
a bit
You
doing
said
of
2-day break.
Yeah.
No, I mean like weeks or something is what I'm talking about. Like,
Well, the thing is, because I know the campaign's only 8 hours, I'll try and beat it in like 3 sessions. This is fine.
yeah, I just don't have that dedication. Basically,
No.
I'm too much playing
I
everything
played a
else.
bit of Mad Max recently. That's quite fun.
Yeah, I did play.
See,
a
I
bit
can't
of that
do
as well.
I can't do the open worldy shit because that's more time consuming to me because you've got so much shit to do.
But so much
And
easier
I'm
just
really
to-
obsessive about
Yeah,
completing
achievement
everything.
hunting
Well,
is,
that's
yeah.
Not achievement hunting, but just making sure I've done everything that there is to
But
do.
that
It
is
doesn't-
basically achievement hunting,
Oh,
really, because
yeah.
like by doing that you're hitting
Unlocking
everything,
achievements.
basically.
And then there'll always be this one secret medal that you have to do this mental fucking jumping puzzle to get to, and I'm just like there for 3 weeks trying to do this jumping puzzle, finally give up and never play the game again. That's just what happens to me with open world games that have that kind of shit. Like, I never finished Infamous, I never finished Prototype, I never finished fucking Fallout. I never finished Fallout and all the DLC. I never finished New Vegas properly.
No, New Vegas went on for so long.
I never finished... I could go on. I never finished any of the Far... Oh, no, I finished
You've
Far Cry.
never finished anything in your life, Kyle.
No, I finished every single JRPG I've ever played.
JRJLP.
What's that?
I don't know, it's what you just said.
No, JRPG.
I don't
Japanese
role-playing game.
Yeah, Japanese RPG.
Do you like to play...
No, like Final Fantasy.
Person? Oh, I see. Well, kind of.
Final Fantasy, any RPGs where it's
Are
got
you only
turn-based
just
battle
discovering
system.
how much of an otaku Kyle actually is?
Otaku, yeah.
Did you not even notice like the massive anime things everywhere?
No.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
No,
just gonna say.
not really.
And his Japanese love pillow.
I don't have a Japanese love pillow.
What is it? Is it a pillow that hugs you back, or has it got loads of technology in it? Or can it send faxes?
I don't have a Japanese love pillow.
Do you have sex with it?
I don't have one.
That was what you would say if you were having sex with it.
Why do I need a Japanese love pillow? I've got a perfectly serviceable
Serviceable.
woman.
Post pictures on the internet. Look at me and my waifu.
It's like Krieger. It's actually a hologram, isn't it?
What?
The
actually a
woman, the
hologram.
serviceable woman's a hologram
I don't have
in your rape van.
What?
No, you haven't seen Archer.
Which season?
All of the seasons.
What's
Krieger and his hollow wife.
Oh, I just realised what you were on about.
Yeah.
Fuck. Okay, yeah, I know what you mean, yeah.
Krieger-san.
Krieger-san. Oh no.
No, are you referring to my model?
No.
No,
Oh,
I'm
right,
referring,
okay.
referring to your serviceable woman, or whatever it is you called her.
Your gash.
Your gash.
Oh, God.
Your gash
I
again.
can't like
Why
shit.
does your gash keep coming up?
I gotta really hope that she won't watch it this far. Because otherwise I'm gonna get punched.
Because you've said some terrible, terrible things.
They're in jest, and she knows I don't mean them. But I will still get slapped.
Nice, but you like it like that, so
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
fine.
Kyle
So-
was usually the receiver in the coercive sex.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, this is where the true story. It's basically true story written, isn't it? Really, it's not.
But
Actually,
Well,
in
Naomi
reverse.
doesn't write Dubcon.
but she's in a book with it in.
Yeah, but she didn't write it. It's an anthology.
So it's not an anthology just of Dubcon.
No,
It's
it's just
such a hard book to read. It's like,
Exactly. Yeah.
well, unless you're into
With
that sort of
reading
thing,
a
then
book
it'd be
one-handed is always hard.
I wonder if it's an
I
audible.
don't like. More women read erotica and men watch porn. That's kind of the divide.
Did not know that.
Yeah, it's like women tend to read erotica, whereas men tend to watch porn.
But reading one-handed is really difficult.
They don't need to.
Using
They've
a
got
computer
devices.
They just leave it in, and then they're fine.
Well, no, you got things like fucking.
It's all like
You've got like
one
you've
for
got
you,
shit.
One for me.
You've got like
One for
no,
you.
but you've got shit like a Sybian that you can just straddle and fucking machines and things.
I
I
don't
don't
know
think
so
you
much
can
about
use a
lady-
simian while you're reading erotic. I'm just gonna sit on this.
As like a pseudo biologist, I think we're talking about a monkey. Did you just say
Not a
a
simian, a
simian?
Sybian.
What's a Sibian? How do
It's
you know
like
about ladies' masturbatory devices?
It's like
Advices
you know what
as
it
well.
is. It's a fairly common thing in porn on the internet, and everyone here watches porn.
I've never seen that before. What is it? Sorry, then.
Oh, we'll search.
It's just a cock
No,
attached
we're
to
not
a
gonna
saddle or
search
No, we're
something.
not going to search it.
Yeah.
It's basically a
It's a saddle with a dildo on it.
Right.
It's basically you can
I've never
straddle
seen
it,
that
and
before.
it's the most powerful
Nah,
vibrating
I
thing
need
in the
real
world.
cock in my porn, basically. I can't deal with fake cock.
Really?
I've got no time for it. Yeah, honestly, yeah. I don't think I've ever watched a fake cock
No.
porno before.
You're all about the real cock.
I'm all about the veiny, throbbing man meat, basically.
Especially black cock.
No, I wouldn't go for black cock. I kind of want to imagine it's my cock. So
Okay, okay.
it's
It's
nice.
the- it's
It's
the
nice if
fantasy.
it's a right colour, I guess.
Herpes cock.
Yeah, exactly.
A little
Yeah.
bit green.
Exactly. I basically just Google circumcision, and I'll take it from there. Once I get through Wiki, I'm on my way.
Did I just hear?
Yes, you did.
What? No, I
I'm
thought I heard. I
circumcised.
thought I heard. Really?
Yeah.
Do you mean your cat?
Do you want to see?
No.
You seem
But
like you
I'm just
did
like-
right there.
No, I was just like
You were
really taken
genuinely
aback.
intrigued.
No, I was just thinking
Really?
about because how much I rag on Dave, and he's not.
Yeah, he is.
No, he's
No.
not.
Yeah, he is. That's the joke.
No, he's not. I've seen it.
Why don't you want to see mine?
I don't want to see.
You're right seeing Dave's, and no.
I didn't get the option.
Well,
we were in the junction at Warning.
you're in the jungle.
Junction at Warning, and like I took the piss out of him, and he just went, "Fucking dude, I'm not," and just shoved it like out. I was just like, and there were other dudes in the toilets, and we were at the urinals. And it was a very awkward moment.
Sounds pretty romantic. Bromantic.
I don't know. Can you ever have any romantic moment in the junction?
As long as you follow it
in the
with no homo, then you're fine. No homo.
Wow. The mental imagery is real.
Like I assume you'd be like that for Dave.
Me and Dave are going to share a room next weekend. Actually,
Oh yeah.
Where?
up in his cabin in the Yorkshire Dales. It's going to be nice and romantic. Just me
Nice
and him in a
romantic
room.
breakaway.
Push the beds together.
Nice.
Yeah, do a bit of docking because obviously I don't have one. I might as well share his. Apparently he's got plenty.
Okay.
Yeah, just I'll have foreskin for once in my
Wear
life.
it like a turtleneck.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
I just love the term docking.
yeah, exactly. Dun, dun, dun. Yeah, I will. I'm gonna dock him.
I feel I should pull us out of the toilet.
Sorry, yeah.
Yeah.
I've taken us there. I don't know. Yeah, I'm only going to contribute to the flushing, basically.
Toilet humour. That's why we brought you along, Mark.
No, I'm terrible. I can't help it.
For us to go to the gutter.
Yeah.
I was thinking as well, like I didn't mention it earlier, but I might as well finish us off with a bang. Like when in Ruby when Sun's arm gets chopped off. Yang's arm gets chopped off. I still think she's Summer, but when her arm gets chopped off,
I don't know.
I literally thought in my actual own head, I thought, I wonder what they did with her fist. You know what I mean?
Oh my god.
Yeah. Exactly.
Like she's blatantly a Barrett arm. As in
She has
Barrett,
to.
Yeah. As in,
Or Ash, Living
or
Dead arm.
Barrett's arm.
If she gets a chainsaw arm, and
I
she has a
dunno.
shotgun arm, she will be Living Dead.
Yeah.
That would be amazing. Evil Dead. Living Dead. I was getting confused.
Evil Dead.
Evil Dead.
No, they have to somehow keep the. They won't do anything.
But they have
to,
meta jokes like that in it.
Yeah,
So they've got
true.
Clockwork Orange guy, and you know,
He's blatantly Clockwork Orange guy.
yeah, he is. Yeah. There aren't any other.
Cane
Like,
and bowler hat and white coat.
yeah, exactly, and the eye makeup and everything. Yeah.
Well, I can't believe after like it literally in like nearly a fucking hour diversion, we've come back to Ruby at last.
yeah, exactly. Hey, I remembered what we were on about.
I
Which
remembered.
didn't
I
really.
just let it go at that point.
It's like, this is too far gone. We can't come back to this.
Yeah. So when are you gonna go and see Deadpool? You say are you going to
tomorrow.
bed? Oh right,
Yeah,
sweet.
yeah.
Yeah,
Date night,
it's really fucking
Yeah.
good. Really
And
good.
Stay for the after trailer.
Yeah, of
Oh,
course,
not after trailer. After.
The
Credit.
post-credit scene.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Definitely stay for
always
that.
the way anyway. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, looking forward to actually. It's gonna be an interesting day.
It looks and didn't this like well this isn't giving away too much. The second one's gonna happen as well for the looks.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny as well because not many actors have really pulled off being able to play like two superheroes or two of the same kind of character.
Yeah, but
obviously-
like,
obviously
let's
it was Green Lantern as
let's
well.
just not mention that. Though,
No,
which
I
is
know, that
so
was
fucking
terrible.
terrible. The only film
They
I
do
think
poke
that was
at it a
worse.
couple of times. Though.
Yeah, the only thing I think the film that I've seen that was worse than that was the Green Hornet.
Yeah, God, that was
That
terrible.
was fucking
yeah.
terrible. Like me
Seth
and Dave.
Rogen, wasn't it?
Yeah, me and Dave
Did you not
watched
see
it.
Elektra?
No,
that's
actually,
pretty
I
poor as
didn't.
well. That was like one of the very early ones.
Yeah,
no,
yeah,
it
it
was
was-
after Daredevil,
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
wasn't that
And
great.
Hulk and the first Hulk film as well. The Crouching Tiger, Hidden Hulk.
I liked the first one actually.
It
I
was
know got
interesting.
slammed, but
Was that the one
actually
with
it was good.
Eric Banner playing?
Eric Banner is the
No,
What?
Bruce Banner is.
okay. No,
No.
No, what's the one with the guy who played Chopper? He was the Hulk in one of the films. In fact, in that one was
Yeah, no, he was, wasn't he? Yeah,
that was
you're
Eric
right.
Banner as
Yeah.
the Hulk.
And
okay.
it had was it Gary Busey or Nick Nolte? I was getting too confused.
oh yeah, I know what you mean.
Not Nick Knowles.
Which was
Nick
the one? Who, okay, Gary Busey, Nick Nolte, and who was the guy in Deep Rising? That's also kind of like Gary Busey and Nick Nolte. Have you seen Deep Rising?
Yeah, it
Was
was
it
Ben
Jake
Affleck,
Busey?
right?
No, Deep Rising, the film about the big underwater worms attacking the.
Yeah, I thought they had one of the Afflecks in it.
No, it doesn't have an
One
Affleck
of the
in it.
Afflecks.
Casey.
Oh,
Casey
fuck.
Affleck and Ben Affleck, yeah.
No,
No?
I don't. No, Deep Rising doesn't.
Is it Jake Busey?
Is it Gary
Busey's son.
Busey's son? Yeah, exactly.
He's
No.
amazing in Super Troopers. Not Super Troopers.
Oh,
If he
Starship
was in
Troopers.
Super Troopers, it'd be amazing.
Oh God, I watched What was the film we watched with fucking Rico, Johnny Rico from?
Holy shit! Oh my god! Like, we'll
Rico
ever remember the
Roughnecks.
name of that shitty film though?
Oh, it was Dracula 2000, wasn't
Oh, yeah.
it? With Coolio
yeah.
and Johnny Rico.
Wow.
Oh my god, yeah.
I'm so sad.
It looked like they'd actually gone to like a pound store and bought a Dracula
so bad.
outfit,
It was so bad.
and then
So
filmed
good.
a film about him being that kind of Dracula.
He was
So
literally
weird.
a proper like, I'm Dracula on a spaceship
yeah.
wow.
from the Transylvania sector.
I still think
Well,
best
this planet
because
was
it's the year
like
2000.
Romania or something. It was planet Romania in the Transylvania sector.
see, the best of the shit films I watched with you guys has to be Moby Dick 2000.
Oh my
Oh,
god!
that
Why
was
is it
great.
always 2000? Like,
I know.
it should be 3000 by now, surely.
Yeah, surely, but that was amazing because then it had the guy who played Brad in Rocky Horror
Yeah, God. Oh my.
as Captain Ahab.
Yeah.
I was just like, wow.
So many like shitty asylum films. They're just so good to watch though. You
Oh,
can't
yeah.
help it.
Yeah.
Is it Atlantic Rim?
Yeah.
What was that? They did a Transformers one as well.
Really?
Yeah.
They had big budget though. Like they're a serious studio in a way.
Yeah.
Like they produce a lot of films. Like
Sharknado 1, 2, and 3.
Not Trauma, so fucking
Asylum.
Asylum, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
they like so you remember Battle for Los Angeles came out?
Yeah.
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 Which is actually quite. Me and Dave watched that like drunk as fuck and got like proper hoorah about it. It was really good fun.
yeah.
But
okay.
they did Battle LA, which was generally thought of as the better of the two, even though it was the rip-off of Battle for Los Angeles.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
They have done Snakes on a Train though, which is just a stupid concept. You'd stop the train and get off.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Yeah. But what was the great asylum film I watched recently, or not too long ago? It was one of the fucking shark versus something versus.
Yeah,
something, but I
like
can't
Mega
remember what.
Shark versus Crocosaur or
Oh,
something
God,
like that.
that one was terrible.
Yeah, or Giant Squid or.
Oh no,
yeah.
was it Sand Sharks?
Oh, I really wanted to watch that. I tried to download that for a long time.
Yeah,
because it's
I
basically
can't
like
remember who we
yeah,
watched it with,
sharks
but we
that
watched
swim
Sand
in
Sharks.
the desert.
Yeah,
I think
it
you
was-
got it off me because I've got it on my PC, but I haven't watched it. So
It's really good. It's
I think
really
it's one of the
fucking
films you
fun.
It
gotta
looked
from
amazing.
me.
It was like Tremors but sharks, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Like,
yeah, completely. It's really fucking fun. It's so bad. It's so funny.
Sharknado was fucking amazing. Man. When
Yeah,
he, like, jumps
I couldn't
into
get
the
into.
mouth with the chainsaw and cuts his way out of the.
I couldn't
Yeah.
get behind Sharknado. I've not seen Sharknado 2, but I just thought it was. You can do those jokes once, twice. It just instantly becomes tired.
Yeah.
What about
like-
Piranha 3D and Piranha 3 Double D?
Oh my god.
Oh, no, they were actually terrible. I watched
were
them. They were
so
really
bad.
bad.
I saw
where
them
it's the
both in the
swimming
cinema.
pools and stuff. Yeah.
That's Ving Rhames
Oh god.
in the second one
Yeah.
when he's got shotgun legs. Well, because you know he got his legs eaten off by the piranhas in the first film.
I actually don't know if I've watched these films to be honest.
The second film basically is set, rather than being in the lake that's infested with the giant killer piranhas, they're doing it in a swimming pool, and the piranhas manage to get in.
Yeah, I've seen the trailers. I think is it Carmen Electra's in it?
I don't know if she's in the second one. The first one's got Kelly Brook in it.
Oh, Kelly Brook. Okay.
She gets her tits out. No, but in the one at the swimming pool, Ving Rhames is there trying to get his confidence back about going in the water with his false legs. Like, he's like, hands up there in a wheelchair, puts some legs on, he's walking in.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden the piranhas get into the fucking swimming pool, and he's like, not again! And grabs like these shotgun attachments for his legs, and basically clank, clank. He's just walking around there,
What?
bam, shooting piranhas.
That's
My
ridiculous.
It's like, wow, you went that far? David Hasselhoff's in the second one.
No.
Oh my
As the
God,
lifeguard
Yeah,
in
I
the
don't
swimming
think I watched that one. I
No.
remember the trailers and just being like, why?
No.
Did you guys watch Zombievers?
No, I'm not seeing
It's
that.
on Netflix. It is actually really
I'll have
good.
to
Yeah,
check
like
it out.
Zombievers, and it's like it's schlock, right? But it's really well done. Like it is actually about zombie beavers
Sweet.
and like the tongue-in-cheek humor of it all, and just and it's all like horrible puppets being thrown at people and like fake scenes, like just bad cutting and
Sweet.
editing and stuff. But it actually really works. I think it's done like intentionally.
Well, I'll check it
I'd
out.
like to think it's done intentionally.
Yeah,
anyway,
yeah.
but-
It's those kind of films you really want to hope. But anyway, I'm gonna suggest we take a break now. We'll probably come back for like a probably longer than normal third section because these ones with guests tend to run on a little bit anyway.
Yeah.
But need to take a break because I
Yeah.
need to take a break. So
yeah.
yeah.
Out of shit. Entertainment.
There's not much you
we've
can't
got a
do
cut point there.
without a lubed mouth. That's what I'm saying.
That's what she said.
Tropically lubed for your enjoyment.
It's not. It's banana Foster's cream pie thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're back.
Yeah. And I'm thinking we should like briefly explain the
So
the rape
like
tour and the woolly
so
mammoth
basically
task.
like we were discussing Dinosaur Erotica, which is a thing. You can look it up, and there is like raptor space gay butt sex butt
Yeah.
set.
Exactly. So we're starting our own production company basically, and we're like basically without script, we're naming films. So we can put it up there
or
and
books
people
or
go,
whatever.
so
Basically, just making terrible dinosaur sex puns.
hence rape tour
Yeah.
from earlier. But we've
Yeah.
had some classics as well actually in the breaks.
Yeah.
what was the one you did? Was it Biceratops?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Biceratops was
There was
good.
TVTA.
Yeah, and Tyrannosaurus Sex.
Yeah.
There's some fucking classics in there
Yeah,
as well.
definitely.
TVTA, yeah, Triceratops vaginal, Triceratops anal. I think that's like that one's my trump card really.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I don't know if there could be much better than that though.
I'm trying to think what those like. I hate this when you come up with like really good puns and then you do so many you just forget them.
Even things like pleasure saw.
Yeah.
Although saw makes it sound weird.
Or was
yeah.
it Bear Bachiosaurus?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bear Brachiosaurus.
Yeah. It's like it's obviously used to pun a hell of a lot with James.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
James
Ben's,
and Ben.
Ben's classic
Yeah.
as well. Yeah.
There's still some that stick out in my mind. Like we were at a drum and bass thing at Fullborn, and I can't remember how it.
Trilodike.
That was
Trilodike. Trilodike was brilliant.
We came up with a pun which was Optimus Grime into
Yeah,
grimy
no, I
bass line.
remember it, yeah.
Yeah, there's been some. There was one night when me and James, James and Ruth went to about 3 raves in a weekend, and then to a birthday party at Chinton Hall, like the park. And it was a fancy dress, dolls and gangsters, like thing.
Yeah.
In the middle of the day
yeah.
in Chinton Hall. And like, none of us were in costume because we'd all been fucking mashed for like 2 nights solid, except James, who wore the t-shirts with the Velcro letters on.
Yeah.
He wore that and it just said "Gangster Costume Number 1."
Nice.
yeah. Oh God, we were so like. But where I was going with that was by the end of that, literally, me and James could only communicate in puns.
Yeah,
like we just
exactly.
literally sit up, like we went for a pint.
Yeah, once you drop one though, it just leads on to many
Oh,
more
yeah, it
puns.
does.
This is it, like
They're a great thing though. What was I? I was watching something earlier with some good. Oh God, I can't remember what the pun was, Bob. Have you ever watched John Oliver?
yeah.
I was
News
watching
Tonight,
I was watching some of that earlier. It was fucking.
He is brilliant. Like, yeah, like I hope Americans like him because he's actually really good
he
at
gets a lot of
explaining
hate.
things
He
at
gets
an
a lot of
American
hate.
level. Yeah, because he's super liberal, obviously.
Yeah,
but, you know, but it's like he's one of the few comedians left over there now since Jon Stewart left, actually educating people.
Yeah,
I was reading about the guy who replaced him, who's apparently quite funny, but actually he's not being serious enough like Jon Stewart was. So the material is not edutainment anymore. It's more entertainment with a bit of, like stats about what's going on and things. So, yeah.
Yeah, I was trying to hunt down. I want to find a documentary about the American elections and just like something that really analyzes the actual system.
There's
Going
much
from
to
the
it,
prime. Yeah, exactly. Going from the primary elections and
Yeah, well, even the
Iowa first
nominations,
and stuff,
like
everything.
they do primaries for nomination, and then once they're nominated, there'll be primaries again for the presidency as well.
Yeah.
And like the incumbent party don't even have to do any of that usually, like apart from now because they've had the 2 presidents, so it's a particularly weak time for an incumbent party when they're swapping presidents, and Trump is doing pretty well. I'd like to see it.
I wouldn't, man.
I would, yeah. I just don't know what the world would be like. It'd be crazy.
It'd be the fucking
It'd make
first
life a whole
sign of
lot more
Armageddon.
interesting.
Yeah,
Nah.
but dude, we're already going.
He'd
to
be
hell in a
hogtied,
handbag.
remember, like hogtied. So he wouldn't be able to like do all the things he said he's doing because they're fucking crackpot insane. So like he'd get into power and realize that these policies that he's dreaming up, like are just not feasible. So then what happens then?
I don't know.
Maybe he does actually do. He won't do a good job.
He'd do a bad job. He'd do a fucking bad job.
He's going to lose a lot of the conservative Catholics though, ever since the Pope has publicly dissed him.
Really?
Yeah.
I missed that. But obviously, why wouldn't you?
Well,
I love that
mean,
Scotland was
Trump.
trying to ban him from coming over, weren't they? They were like, yeah, not in our country type thing.
I have no qualms with like. So Dan Carlin makes some really. So I don't know.
Yeah.
Dan Carlin does another podcast called Common Sense.
No,
And it's all about current events.
okay.
It's really interesting. He makes a really good point about the whole like Trump losing at the primaries, and he was saying like next year if he was to run again, he might win.
Yeah,
because
he only lost the Ohio primary, which is the first main one. But basically, if he wins a few more, he'll be alright.
The problem is the fact that he's a fuck you vote. Because everyone's sick of the
but look
candidate.
at UKIP, right? UKIP got 12%,
everyone
right?
in
And
America is kind of
works
sick
like
of
that,
the party candidate being put forward, and they're voting more for the outsider because of just a fuck you. We don't want your party kind of.
I've just always found it strange that it's like completely a popularity contest over there. Yeah, everyone knows who the leaders are and loads about their background. And even at primary level,
the true leaders of the country are the fucking companies, not the government.
Well, yeah, but there's also the party as well, like the party line. But like here, we just don't have. Like Tony Blair was like the biggest fucking character we've had.
We have it, but in a more. It's a lot subtler.
Yeah, but even their elections are like entertainment. It's amazing that more Americans don't vote because it's basically like you can't escape it. It's on TV. Like we watch it from over here.
Yeah,
because it's just so entertainment.
Well,
like it's so American.
Yeah, I know. The thing that kind of bothers me like about it is it's just such a clusterfuck.
Yeah,
so
the thing is, like, this popularity contest actually affects the entire world.
Yeah.
So Donald Trump could potentially win the primaries, and then because the Conservatives don't want to vote for the other guys, they'll have to come out and vote for him because they want a Conservative government.
Did you hear about the one of the Chief Justices dying?
Yeah.
So one of
and
the Chief
Obama
Justices
should be replacing him because he's still currently the
do you know why
president.
he's not replacing him? Because the Republican Party have said it doesn't matter who they put forward, even if it's someone the Republicans would vote for, they're not going to vote for it.
Wow.
So he can't replace it. So it's not going to be replaced until the next president comes in.
It's weird, isn't it? Because like elections and things like that, and two parties, there's always like one party's kind of like on strike. Trying to rock the boat basically for the other one, trying to do as much damage as they can. So like no party can really run how they want.
If you actually just look at the whole legal and judicial system and everything and the political system in America, you've got so many layers. So you've got the president, you've got Congress, you've got judges.
But obviously they vote for their two houses. But we should be. We don't elect our peers, and they're called our peers, but we don't actually elect them. So the Lords,
I'm not thinking that,
we don't elect those, but they do elect that too. The two sides.
But it's such a clusterfuck because you've got Congress
but would you rather
as well.
it be hereditary? Like, how else are you supposed to?
I don't know.
You have to vote for those two.
No
sides.
country has a good political system at the moment. Really, there's not many that do. Democracy, as it was first envisioned, is not what we have now. It's not a democracy.
I think it is. Everyone has their own
it's more of
a. And unfortunately, the guys who in power can quash it a bit, but
it's worse in America, but we have it here. But like the thing that really screws everything up in America is lobbying. Basically
but there are lobbyists in the UK.
Yeah,
There's
no,
a lot
there
of
are,
money
but
spent on lobbying.
not to the extent.
Well,
of America.
like this is it because we're a smaller country and we have less like that. And we have strict
the
laws, but it still
the
happens
lobbying
here.
that happens in fucking Brussels to the EU is fucking insane.
Yeah.
But it's just, what's the purpose of lobbying?
So high
to
stakes,
corrupt
though.
government decisions in favor. That's all it is. You are paying money to sway a decision.
Boil it down, right? Those companies are massive and huge and have loads of money, and they have that because we as the people choose to use them for whatever service or product they're offering. So we're actually technically voting for them to use that money.
No, I agree.
To lobby their government. So like, it's self-defeating. So you can't say that they shouldn't be lobbying government because we're supporting them as well by purchasing their goods. So. There are
that's true for some. That's true for some consumer style companies. But if you think about things like oil companies and pharmaceutical, petroleum, you don't really have a choice but to support them.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, so
the biggest lobbyists
but we need
in America
oil.
At least are the pharmaceuticals, the petrochemical companies, like anything to do with oil and tobacco. They are your big fucking lobbyists, and they are not people, with the exception of tobacco, but that can be debated because addiction.
Yeah, but oil is huge.
But they're not some companies we directly support. It's not like Apple, where we go out and say, I want an iPhone. You don't go and say, I want Oceanic Oil, or I want BP oil. It's just
You have to buy oil, right? But like you look at what governments are doing around the world now, where they're trying to diversify their fuel sources. So France
completely.
is building nuclear reactors. There's a lot more
good.
gas
Sellafield
works
2.0.
going on and stuff. Every country's trying to be less reliant on oil, and that helps that situation.
Completely. I'm not saying
so it means like there'll be lobbyists, but there'll be lobbyists from everywhere now. So there'll be like green power lobbyists.
I'm not saying that, but I still think just the its fundamental base
but it's
level.
capitalism and democracy at work.
And I think those two systems don't work long term.
Yeah, but that's not the way.
Not in the way
really.
not the way they are now. Anyway,
Yeah.
especially not capitalism. Now, I'm not saying I think communism's a better idea, or you know, Marxism, or any of the other isms currently. I think we need something completely new, completely different. But it can't. The problem is it can never diverge too far from capitalism, or it has to be a very gradual change.
But the thing is,
you can't just change a world economy overnight.
No,
I don't know. It's a really.
It just can't happen, basically. Like, evolutionary speaking, like the class system that exists actually is reflected in nature. So like, humans will always be disparate. They'll always be the high-achieving
Dan
hard
Carlin
workers.
makes a really good point, and we think as all the ancient civilizations did before us. So he makes this analogy that human civilization is to software versions. So like the ancient civilizations of Egypt and Aztec, they were kind of like beta 0.1, and we think of ourselves as 1.0. We are the high. We are.
I get it.
Yeah. But don't you think those civilizations thought of themselves that way? And they were around a fuckload longer than we are. And where are they now? So to think that our civilization and our way of doing things is the final step is, I think, actually folly, because just on statistic evidence, it's less likely. It's more likely our civilization.
You've heard of the event horizon of information, yeah? So eventually we learn some more and more and more. But we're at a very peak stage of that.
Yeah, but the way our economy and everything is going with the bubble recession collapse, bubble collapse recession kind of cycle, it's inevitably going to burn itself out, and whether it be through just economic ruin, drain of planetary.
If that were to happen, though, like that economy
resources.
is the only thing supporting society at large. So if that would happen,
things
it
would
would
fall
be
apart
a
and
meltdown.
have to rebuild. Yeah,
and the thing is, like, we are animals, so the human nature is the same as animal nature. That there'll always be like the weak who have to be picked on and
but the thing is, you say that, but then there is evolution. And there is not just biological.
Everyone's evolving at different rates.
There's not just biological evolution. There's sociological evolution.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, exactly.
So you just don't.
But people are socially evolving backwards as well, obviously. But or they're just not going as fast as everyone else. So like, if the economy broke down, which is something that actually like brings them into the mix a bit. Like if it breaks down, then those people just drop off. I think.
Yeah. Well, I think it's gonna be interesting. Like, I think the way it'll play out over the next however many years, I mean, who's to know? Is you'll either see a full-on collapse of the economy, or you'll see social revolution. Things like the Arabian Spring. No. Arab Spring.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Yeah.
No, the Arabian Spring is actually like a
perfume by CK1.
It's like a
CK1
flip that you
Klein.
do from your hands. So it's when you go over onto your hands and then you do a flip and a half twist. That's an Arabian Spring.
I didn't know that. It sounds more like a posh perfume.
Gymnastic.
Arabian Spring by Jean-Michel Jarre. No. Why Saint Laurent is what I was thinking of.
Pterodactyl.
Pterodactyl.
Nice.
Yes, that's it. Oh,
Nice.
It's good. There were there are loads more.
Oh, there they are. They need to be hunted out.
Titanoboa.
Yeah, Titanoboa. Titanobona. Just the one tit, though.
Just the simple ones.
Sorry, I have to bring us back to a bit more humorous.
I still liked Megalodon.
Megalodon, yeah.
Yeah.
Jesus, Megalodon. Yeah,
Megalodon.
no, dinosaur porn. Just don't get it, man.
There are some like weird fucking
Tyrannosaur ass. We did that. So like, oh my god.
There are some really weird fetishes out there that it's just things like object ophelia.
Yeah,
like people.
Well, that's basically like you know I know dildos aren't objects, but like basically I still am kind of I spoke about it at the break. I'm quite surprised that I didn't even know about. I can't remember what the name of the fucking thing is.
Sibian.
The Sibian, the Simian, the Simian simulator. I didn't even know that was a thing. I mean, like, I can conceive of it as a definite, easy way for a woman to get off and everything, but, like, it's just
basically
like,
it's a more purpose-built effect of a washing machine, sitting on a washing machine.
Yeah, it means you don't have to use your hands, you're right. Like, so you could actually read a book and do it. So.
I mean, it'd
men have nothing like that.
It'd be a bit wavy.
The fleshlight, you still need to use a hand.
Yeah,
You can get those ones that you, like, stick to a wall, though, I guess, or a shower.
That just seems like more effort than it's worth.
Yeah, I guess so.
One with the suction cup and, like, little... Just tighten it here, there, that's the right angle. I'm just going to have a shower, guys.
Yeah, and have sex with a wall. It's a bit weird.
Yeah, it's just like, wall. You're so hot, wall. No. It'd be cold. It'd be tile, probably, because you'd have to get it something that it'd stick to. No, it just seems like a really bad idea. It just seems time-consuming as fuck.
Yeah.
And it's just like, it's kind of...
you have to clean it out. Like, I think, like, I couldn't use one because I'd have to clean it. It'd be like, and I don't want to wear a fucking condom to have sex with a fucking plastic tube with a fake vagina in it. Like, I've got standards.
Yeah, completely.
Yeah, like,
and you would have to hire someone just to clean that.
My penis?
No, the fleshlight.
Oh, okay.
Both.
Wow.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. Or I could get it, like, slightly textured so it did the cleaning at the same time.
Joe. Or just
Do you
like
want some money?
You need some vitamins.
What you could do is
There's minerals too. Come on, and electrolytes
and potassium.
Really?
I don't know. Maybe
is it the bananas that you've been eating while drinking tequila? They're making their way through. Potassium-y. Is that 5 spice?
With an afterburn of tequila.
Nice. Going down on someone as a woman with a sombrero on must be well difficult.
I wouldn't know.
No.
I can't imagine that many circumstances where a woman is given head wearing a sombrero.
Especially
if you're doing that, like, it's going to tilt the fuck off.
You just tilt it back.
It's spring break, it's got to be done.
I wouldn't know. I've never been spring break.
Right.
Well, we know where you're going for your summer holiday then, Mark. Except for that being summer.
I might be going to Iceland with Lizzie, actually.
Oh, right, cool.
Yeah, sort something out. But we've also named some crazy countries like Uganda and Myanmar and Japan.
Me and Naomi fucking off to Japan next year.
Yeah, I really want to go. I've got a fucking long list of places to go to, so yeah.
Japan is top of my list, like absolutely fucking top. It's
my
like
housemate
top of my bucket list.
Mentioned the Faroe Islands, and I have no idea about them, but for a weekend or something.
Yeah, should go to that island that's just full of fucking.
I would love to go to an island full of fucking.
Yeah,
I'll be honest. That's kind of high on my list as
the
well
island
right
where
now.
all the fucking big shitty crazy bastard lizards live.
Yeah, the Komodo.
Yeah, the Komodo.
Yeah, I've been there. Yeah.
Oh right, okay.
Yeah,
cool.
it was probably one of the highlights of my 6-month backpacking experience. I reckon.
Oh, right, sweet.
We went out into Bali.
Did you get chased by one?
I spent 6 million, whatever it was, so currency ringgits or something, on like a boat sort of thing, and they took us, just me and Kiwi, on the boat all the way to the island. Had a walk around. The guy had met David Attenborough, who was and said actually the BBC threw Komodos in to the water to say, they swim between islands. Apparently they actually took one out on a boat and actually just dumped it over the side and filmed it swimming. So
that is a bit brutal.
Pretty cynical shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's awesome, man. There were fucking loads of them, like 30, 40 of them.
Wow.
He even did like not a dying giraffe noise, but like a dying goat noise, and got one of them to chase us. So like it was like digging around and stuff, and he started making the noise, and as soon as it did, the thing was like up, its tongue was coming out like constantly, and it started like coming towards us. And these fuckers can run.
Yeah.
He was like, you okay to run? Like, how, and we're like, okay. And yeah, he got his chase us for like 200-300 meters. It's
fucking
ridiculous.
hell.
Yeah,
wow.
like, they go fast, but you can outrun them. But it was proper bombing down the road, and he was like, okay, it's fine. I was like, what the fuck? We went past some that were like so engorged and extended, it looked like they'd eaten like at least their own body weight again.
Wow.
Like, trying to climb out of ditches and just being like, slumping back in. We went at the perfect time. It was like dry season, so they were all around the riverbeds. And,
wow, cool.
Yeah, fucking crazy.
Yeah, there's a lot of places I really want to go.
Yeah.
I still need to get out to fucking New Orleans at some point.
Have you not been?
No.
Yeah, we went for the wedding. And
I'd literally
then.
just lost my job when the wedding happened, so I couldn't go. It was a bad time.
Man, it is a crazy city.
Yeah, I can imagine.
So much to do.
Oh, God, and holding James up over a fucking bin.
I know. I can't wait for Martin. Martin hasn't been drinking much either, so the stag do is going to be
messy.
So apparently you were looking at Bristol now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've heard really great things. Never been there.
Bristol? No, Bristol's fucking awesome.
And it's
man.
got
really
so
cool.
I'm keen.
It's
Yeah.
fucking awesome cider bars. Awesome fucking cider bars. Like all the cider.
I'm not a massive fan of cider, but
You
when
will
in the
be.
West Country a bit, yeah.
Yeah, no, I'll be quite up for it because I know Wales fell through, and I'm kind of glad because I fucking hate Wales.
Yeah, it's a long way to go, and Cardiff has nothing as far as I'm aware.
It sucks.
North Wales is all outdoorsy and shit, but
Yeah,
it's not
yeah.
going to be like summertime really.
No, I think
No.
Wales, Cardiff is more nightlife. So it's
Yeah.
actually quite a big generic city with a lot of clubs and shit.
Yeah, but
Yeah, it's a student city as well, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
But-
cheap bars.
Yeah, but I don't know.
Sounded
clubs.
like you were being really posh there and saying cheap ass.
Cheap bars.
Cheap bars. There were cheap bars there.
Cheap bars.
So
bars
I think
to
you said
fill
like,
your
it's all like
chi
cheek bars.
with quinoa salad.
Like a 9 bar of chi.
Come at
The
me,
most
bro.
zen man in the world.
Yeah.
That'd be Gordon Stribling.
Why?
Do you not think Gordon is like just the most zen man you've ever met?
Yeah, I've only met a few times, but
Right. Yeah, he like for all the time I've known, he's just like nothing ever bothers Gordon. He's just zen. Perfect.
fair
It's
enough.
really funny.
Best way to be, man.
Yeah, man. That's what I'm like most of the
I'm a
time.
little rageaholic.
Nah, I hate it. I actually got angry
Actually,
the
I've
other
got a
day.
lot-
Like, you might be surprised because like I rarely ever get angry.
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
And
yeah.
this cyclist, I was cycling around into work, and this driver basically decided. Well, I had right of way. I was going straight, and they turned right. So they turned right across me, and they basically. There was a car in front of me, maybe 15 meters ahead, and they decided that they could make it, and they basically couldn't make it. And they turned. I saw she was thinking about it, and she turned. I had to slam my brakes on, and she was
Yeah.
maybe like a meter away when she actually got past. Like, if I hadn't have seen her and slammed my brakes on, I would have hit her, basically.
Oh fuck.
But luckily for me, she was on this like side road that I had to turn down just a cycle path road, and they lead to the same place, which turns onto a main road. So I managed to catch up with her while screaming my lungs out, like, fuck you, what the fuck do you think you're doing? And all that. Starting to get the rage up, like, yeah, and it's rare. Like, have you ever heard me shout or, like, be angry?
Very
really?
rarely.
Yeah.
If at all.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, chase her. She gets to the main road. I'm, like, bombing after her. She's obviously seen me because she sped up when she was taking the last 2 corners and knock on the window, and she was there. I'm like, what the fuck do you think you're doing? You fucking, like, almost fucking killed me. She says to me, no, like, no word of lie, she just looks at me and goes, you sped up. I was like, it doesn't matter if I sped up. I have right of fucking way. What the fuck are you doing? She's like, I think you're very rude. And I fucking lost it. I was like, well, I think you're a fucking cunt and you're a shit driver. Fuck off, basically. I was like, wow. Yeah, I know. And it was weird, right? Because, like, I love adrenaline sports, and this made me, like, that kind of adrenaline.
Yeah,
like, I was
yeah.
pumping. Like, I actually have a shower at work, and, like, I was all flushed red and stuff. So I was properly, like, pumped and sweating and stuff. But
See, I don't get angry in that sense. Like,
yeah,
I never get
that's
angry
pure
at other-
rage. Yeah,
I never get
yeah.
like rage at other people. I always just get pissed off at myself and have like moments. Like when I used to work my last place, there'd be moments where shit had just happened. And I'd just stand up in the middle of the office and be like, "This shit is just fucking nuts." I mean, why? What? Like, just have a moment like that. So it was never really directed at any one person. It was just rage that went into the ether a little bit. But I've got a lot better now. In fact, I don't get that fucking pissy with shit at all, really.
No.
Apart from today, which was a fucking pain in the dick.
Yeah.
So-
It's like in the office 3 hours longer than I intended to be.
At least it's Friday.
Fuck
Yeah.
yes.
I think I felt good blowing up, like, afterwards,
yeah.
but then I felt bad, basically, you know. I felt, you know, she did need to be told that, but I probably
Yeah.
could have done it in a much more civil manner, but, like, the passion took me, basically, like, the
passion.
adrenaline and emotion took me. It was, can't be helped,
Passion
basically.
for a predator.
It's funny as well, like, later on, one of my colleagues, I was talking about it earlier, and my colleague was like, I heard you. Like, I was like, she was like, was that you? And I was like, yeah. I was like blowing, and my voice is still not recovered.
Yeah.
Wow.
Actually, passion for a predator. It's not only a dinosaur porn potential porn, but it's also dubcon.
Oh my
Wow.
god. Dinosaur dubcon. Dino dubcom. Con.
Dubcon.
It would always be dubious consent if a dinosaur had sex with you, yeah?
So
Like,
if-
realistically speaking, a brontosaur comes up and fucks you, like, where's
Yeah,
the
you-
consent?
yeah.
It's like, I'm gonna fuck you, and you're like, oh god.
Yeah. I don't think a brontosaur is more likely to be a predator. I was trying desperately to think of one for saber-toothed tiger, but I can't.
Oh, yeah, see,
Yeah.
were difficult, man. Trilobite stuck me for a while, but
But Trilodite was
Yeah,
just, it just
Trilodite
rolled
was
off.
Yeah. I know, it's just because they have so ridiculous names, like
Yeah.
Compy and stuff. We were like Cumpi. Doesn't
Yeah,
really
that
work,
works.
you know.
Yeah, it kind of
Compy.
works.
If you came pee, it would be disgusting though. I don't know whether I mean American pee, or I mean peas.
What's the difference between?
Well, like one's a green thing that you eat, the other one's what Americans call piss.
Oh right.
Pee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, I literally
if you
was thinking.
came pee, what I'm saying is like, imagine if you just came a little bit of piss. Imagine if you pissed cum and came pee.
I don't think it's biologically possible.
Well, someone could like mix up the wiring or something.
Someone could, because
God,
yeah.
Kyle, God could
Well,
break,
no, I'm not
break
saying
the
God.
mold, swap some wires around or some tubes, and then suddenly you're pissing cum.
Because like A, if there was a God, B, he'd be just up there making us all on an assembly line, and occasionally there'd just be a fuck up, and oh shit, I got a fucking Baldwin bollocks.
Exactly. So inspected by, officer number 666 or something.
Certificate of authenticity.
Wide wrong.
It's a really
QC.
severely botched vasectomy.
People are born with like upside down hearts and shit.
Man, fucking one of the guys I worked with had a botched vasectomy.
Oh.
Yeah, he was off. Oh man.
Does it mean
so
like
bad.
he had a
No,
he had a baby? Like that's a botched vasectomy.
That's
the worst possible case
after
scenario.
I think his second or third kid, he was like, "No, fuck it, I'm having a vasectomy," and came in like a couple of days after, and then we didn't see him for like a week. I think it got some hideous infection. He just couldn't move.
Do you know? I think I might have like the mentality of people who own like staffies and stuff. Like they always want to keep the balls. Yeah, but actually they have to lose the balls, really, and actually it's a sensible idea to.
Yeah.
Like, I really don't think I want kids ever.
No.
But why? So why am I not getting a vasectomy?
See,
And it's like a weird macho thing, like, because I think I'd feel like less of a man.
I
Same.
don't.
But
think
actually,
I've actually seriously considered it.
Because then
the
I
only
could
thing
just
that
go
puts
ahead
me
and
off,
have sex anyway.
the only thing that puts me off is seeing Gav after his, and I was just like, I don't want that. That looks like
I kind of want to know what happened, but I really don't want to know what happened because it sounds
It
like
just got really badly infected, from what I understand.
Is that because he's a dirty bastard? Though?
No, it was just an infection he picked up at the hospital.
I bet it was.
Yeah.
Oh, nurse.
Fucking staph infection, you balls.
Staph infection, if you will.
Woo.
Yeah. So, I don't know. Like, so it's one of those things. Like, you don't want to cut off your dog's balls because you want to look butch and stuff. Like, I'm not all lads,
I don't know.
lads,
We
but
cut, like Fergus had his chopped off.
yeah.
Yeah,
But he's an animal.
With
That's what I mean.
cats,
It's not
it's
me.
more vital
Necessity.
to have them. Yeah, because they will just go out and they will fuck and they will produce cats.
But dogs as well, because like male dogs hump the shit out of everything if they've got their balls.
Yeah.
Chaos
And they go
very
bitch
rarely
mad
does.
as well.
Yeah, he gets a bit bitch mad, especially if one's nearing heat.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. But I don't know. Like, I've genuinely thought about the vasectomy thing because it's like it just be the world of convenience. But
Yeah, exactly.
there is just that kind of like, I don't want a fucking surgical blade anywhere near my junk because one wrong fucking slip and shit goes bad.
Don't they use like a hot wire to cut it, to snip
I
it?
really don't.
No idea.
I thought they used like some kind of noosed hot wire system as opposed to
I
like
wonder
a
if they've
scalpel.
got a house
'Cause, like,
made vasectomy.
Someone I knew got it, and it
Probably.
like, the entry hole apparently is like, only like less than a centimeter across. There's no
Okay.
way they do any operations with like large things. They must like insert some tiny
Like
thing that
keyhole
just does a
surgery
snip.
type
Yeah.
thing, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
We
Or
watched
just do it by feel.
We watched How Is It Made?
Twist and pull.
How Is It Made laser eye surgery.
Ha!
It's
Wow.
so fucking
Yeah.
like. And now we take the laser and then we peel back the cornea. No, you don't.
No.
No, you fucking don't.
I'm so glad
the
I've got the right
shaver
vision.
they have for that is fucking disgusting.
Yeah.
We'll have to find it.
Shaving
Yeah,
someone's eyes.
So basically, so they can take the hard sort of cover off. So they basically have this little thing they put over there and just go, sing, and it basically like shaves the layer and leaves a flat, so they can lift it and just pull it back.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's and then
Fucking
they
science,
tape
though,
the flap
tiny.
they tape the flap open while they hit the eye with the lasers and then they put it back.
That is incredible.
It's mate, to watch it is just batshit insane.
Yeah.
Like literally, it creeps me the fuck out.
I wonder, if in the future we will have those. Was it Elysium? Those pods that you just put people in and it knows how to fix you in every way.
Kinda
There's
like
a
the
few
Star
films
Wars
that have
thing
it
as
as well.
well,
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly. But
Just
like
the
you just lay in it. No, but
suspend-
Star Wars is a bit too unbelievable,
Yeah.
obviously. But like just using beams and shit. But basically, it has robot tech in it that can say, "Oh, you need eye surgery," and it will do a little hand.
Or kind of like the Star Trek thing where they just go, that's you done.
No, that's too much. That'll never happen.
No.
But
I
a
do
robot
want the
pod could
hypo
happen.
needle though from Star Trek.
Yeah,
That was cool. No needle, just
They did use those for a brief period of time, actually, like pneumatic needles.
yeah.
I don't know why they ever stopped because they're actually I think a lot less likely to be infected and But I think the delivery's not as good, is it?
It's probably that, and they're probably more costly to like manufacture.
Yeah.
And buy.
Well, they tend
It's probably because
they-
actually everyone would just be getting high on the canisters, basically.
Yeah. Also, they tend to still use them with cattle, I think, and stuff like that. They tend to be just like when they're doing mass vaccination, they'll be like bam, bam, bam. And it's not like it's the same needle basically, but you just inject.
God, they're sharing
Okay.
needles.
With cows,
man.
they don't give a
Well,
fuck.
have you not heard about the cow needle sharing, the cow needle bin initiative?
Yeah, here in Holland, they're putting up specialist centres to treat
Well, I
the
mean,
cows.
these heroin cows.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like they get used.
Mad
as,
cows,
they get used
man,
as
they're
drug.
mad
They get
cows.
used as drug mules, and they're not even of the same fucking
No,
family.
Yeah, drug mules.
Drug heifer.
Yeah. That's ridiculous.
Drug mules.
Oh no.
This is a bit
You went a
ropey.
bit bend there for the edge,
It
where
was,
it's
wasn't
not
it?
quite a pun, but there's some wordplay in there, I like it. Yeah.
Oh fucking hell! Oh right.
Right.
Well, I think we shall aim to ramble this to some kind of
Yeah.
conclusion. 'cause
I'm
we've
also
gone from-
realizing that this is going to be the one for the foot fetishists.
oh fuck yeah, yeah.
Barefoot's the way.
Yeah.
I'm riding bareback
Actually,
on
do you know
life.
what? It just looks like we just like a bunch of hobbits.
Yeah.
It's just all a whole feet. It's all feet.
And we're
That's
all
it is.
searching for the one true ring.
See, with all the sex puns, that just sound
Yeah,
ropey to me now.
exactly, yeah. And I want to throw it into Mordor. I don't know. Yeah, Lord of the
Well,
Rings
no.
innuendo.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a bit too obvious, isn't it? There's a giant eye. It's looking for you.
Well, apparently, like
It's all about my
when I was
Yeah,
working,
yeah.
when
It's
I
all
was,
about the precious.
you know, I used to work for Sky, selling Sky in the doorway of Tesco's. Yeah.
Sounds like you still are.
No. When I was working there, this woman stopped me once to talk to me about Lord. She was obviously batshit, but she was saying, Tolkien was really good friends with fucking Wine Lich and the Wardrobe. That's a different thing.
Lion, Witch, and the Wardrobe.
Oh
Can't-
right,
yeah.
okay, yeah. I had no idea what you were trying to say.
C.S. Lewis.
Yeah, he was really good friends with C.S. Lewis. You know, the whole of Lion Witch of the Wardrobe is a fucking allegory for God. Like the whole
Yeah,
thing
yeah,
is just
yeah.
C.S. Lewis is a
Christian, yeah.
massive Christian. Well, she was trying to convince me that Lord of the Rings was the same, and the one true ring was God, and that's why everyone was searching for it.
Is that
But
why
then
it's
they
framed in
destroyed
order
it.
to
I
destroy
know.
it?
I know.
They had to destroy it for mankind to live. It sounds pretty good, you know. Yeah.
I don't know. It
Yeah.
doesn't hold water to me.
Well, no.
There may be
Sorry.
some kind of subtext in there.
Are there
but I tend not
12
to- I tend
you know,
not
like
to look-
disciples or something in Frodo's Jesus? That's the
Well,
Hobbit,
there
isn't
are,
it?
yeah, but there aren't 12 of them. There's 13.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
that's the point. It's that hobbits. Yeah, they're the disciples and Bilbo's
It's called a
Jesus.
baker's dozen.
Baker's dozen.
Baker's dozen.
Aye. Down
Oh,
from
aye.
Greg's.
Oh no, Greg's disappoints the fuck out of me these days.
Yeah,
So there was
these days.
Well, no,
Not
they-
like
they-
it were
they-
back up north. when
No, I tell you what, there used to be a chain of like bakeries up north called Hampsons, and they were the shit. See, it was a northern thing. There was one in my town,
tell
Radcliffe, and I tell you what, Hampson's Cornish pasties were the absolute fucking tits. Like best Cornish pasties I've ever had.
Well, they're shaped like tits because that would actually make them better in my book. Just
And
like
also-
a little nipple of pastry.
if it's not made in Cornwall, it's not a Cornish pasty. So I can go fuck right off.
Cornish style pasty. They fucking
Cornish
yeah.
style pasty.
And it won't be
With
anything compared
Stilton
to a
style
proper
cheese.
Cornish pasty.
I don't know. It was pretty fucking good, man.
Nah, dude, a
Yeah.
proper Cornish pasty. Fuck yeah.
I prefer steak and ale personally, or lamb.
Yeah. Well, thanks for having me and everything.
Yeah, it's been
Basically.
really good. It's been really good.
yeah.
I'll be having you.
I've been lowering the tone a bit. I
Oh
apologise.
yeah.
But
Well, it's
that's
nice
where
to
I
have a
come
change of
from.
tone.
yeah.
It's where you come from the wrong end of town.
Exactly.
where
I
you
don't
go
sound
over,
like posh
over the
boys,
train,
yeah.
over the wrong side of the tracks.
No. Yeah, true. Literally.
Yeah, you're down and out.
But yeah, I'll come back again.
Yeah, that'd
Yeah.
be cool, man. I think we need to get Dave on at some point as well.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Although,
You need like a red light to let him know when to stop.
do you know what? I'll need a red light.
Or-
Yeah,
Air horn.
yeah, just basically something to censor him. Just be like, no, Dave,
And you just,
we're
like,
not gonna.
Hold his mic on.
Yeah,
Like,
just
you've got the
like-
switch.
Yeah.
It's either that
Just
or
like,
we
okay,
just
no,
basically-
Dave, you're gonna get us flamed on the internet.
But no, it's
See
good
that,
value.
we
I'm
just press
really
go.
looking forward to his wedding speech. Actually, like
I don't
the
know.
best
I won't
man
see it.
speech.
I'm
Like,
not invited to the service.
are you not? I think they've only got 60 or 70 people, haven't they? That's quite a lot, but yeah, shit. But the speech. No, the speech will be at the reception?
I'm not invited till 7:30 at night.
That's when it is, isn't it?
No, that'll be after all this reception. That'll
when
be
they do the
literally the
food,
disco.
yeah.
I've literally just the disco at the end.
Shit. No, yeah, but I don't know. I don't know if you're going to be miss much
No.
with Dave's speech.
No, definitely not.
Or not. Like, I don't know what to expect. Like,
Yeah.
will he just ramble on? Will he have something pre-made and like... Yeah, it's going to be interesting. I'm
Will
excited.
he
'cause
tone it
Dave's
down
a
like
great
Ian had
public
to?
speaker. This is the thing. Like, yeah. Will someone have to escort him out because he's going on too long? Or...
Or will he be getting shot the most brutal of evils?
Probably.
Or will he
Brutal
most
evils.
likely get laid out of it by
Nah.
by someone in the wedding party?
No.
No?
No.
He's got pretty equal chances of all three things though.
I think it's most likely he's going to get evils.
I hope
think-
so.
Yeah.
Because I don't want us to fuck it up or anything, but like I like it when we went to America and we represented fucking Britain, man.
Yeah.
And they were like, "Who are you people? And what are you doing?" You remember when we had the hot dogs and they were like, "You guys talk so funny," and I was like, I'm using the same language as you use,
Yeah.
the same dictionary you use. And
Yeah,
they're like,
well-
oh. Yeah, she was like, "Oh, you and your silly words," and I'm like, "These are English words."
Yeah.
Like, they're your words too. So bizarre.
Yeah. Well, it's
Like,
America.
lording it up a
America
bit.
is bizarre in all
I'm just so
of
proud
itself,
of us
so-
all, basically.
Yep.
I like us to show off.
Right. Anyway, yeah, we're
Yeah.
gonna call it here, and yeah, we should be back in about maybe a couple of weeks' time. Yeah, probably. As soon as we can figure out when it is. So yeah, thanks for watching. Sorry, it's been a bit of a long, weirdy one. But yeah, no, thanks for coming, Mark. It's been really good fun. I do like that we have decent fucking audio now. Because the last one when we had it,
You
Anyway.
said that now, and this is going to be garbled shit.
no, it's well, you know, the first bits are fine. I'm sure this will be all right as well. So
Yeah.
right, so yeah, we're gonna love you and leave you, and I can't see where the fucking mouse cursor is.
Stay safe.
Stay strafe and strength and honor. Sparks! I really need you tonight!
Once upon a time, I fell in love. It's over the O.
No, up.
Okay, how much of that do I leave in? Flash. Why of all things?
This podcast brought to you by Flash. Kitchen cleaner.